36. Anyone videotaping or recording the event tonight?
Lake Cam is here.
Lake Cam is present, thank you. Okay, let's get right to it. Okay.
Offer?
Yep.
Okay, so the new people, I'm Jamie Velasquez. I run the co-ed volleyball Monday and Thursday nights. And we were looking to tie into the water line that's at the horseshoes. We'll just run a line, through the parking lot. We'll bring it, mole in, run it over to probably the farthest telephone pole. That way we can have a spigot to rinse off, hose the corks down, if it gets too dusty. That's all I'm looking for.
Comments?
Did we
Questions?
run a line to horseshoes once upon a time? Or was that already there?
I don't know, that's before my time.
It's been there for years.
It's been there forever.
Okay, I was just curious.
Yeah,
I think when horseshoes went in, they did it.
I think Horseshoes did it when they came in, right? They ran it probably from the building or wherever the line is.
I think we might have done it. It runs from the pond.
It comes all the way from the pond?
It comes straight from the pond up to horseshoes. There's a shut off right near the other building. So I already checked on that in case, just shut the door off.
Right, yeah, they need to know where it is, right?
The line of it, is still questionable, what size line, but
Yeah, I would imagine it's not very big.
yeah. So that comes straight from the pond.
And you guys are doing all the work and all that stuff?
Yep. When are you planning to, or when would you like to do this?
We're gonna reorganize our schedules again, so I have no idea when. We're gonna see when people are available.
Okay.
It'll be, not next month, 2 months.
Yep, I mean, I would just suggest to either park some cars, so that no one's going,
Yeah.
that's all, or cones or something.
Maybe just so it doesn't conflict with any lanes. It's
Right.
during
I mean,
the day.
I know you guys were looking at other Saturday, they were having a big
Well, we're
tournament
doing
then.
that Sunday, not Saturday. It was this Sunday, last Sunday. Because that's when everybody was.
See, I was under the impression it was Saturday.
I thought it was Saturday. Horseshoes had their tournament Saturday. I was trying to put my line in on Sunday.
Fire truck was there.
That was Saturday.
That was this
volleyball.
past Saturday.
That was our volleyball.
They had a volleyball tournament. Actually, that was the week before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Volleyball wants to run a water line over to the court.
Right, hey, how are you? Good, good, I didn't have any problem with it, I just wanted to,
Yeah, I was confused because at the last meeting I talked to a few guys and you guys, you all just said, yeah, that's fine, just give us a heads up when you're gonna do it. So that's why I was.
I did?
I wasn't sure exactly.
I remember the conversation, I don't, and again,
It's
it's, especially now with new people on the board, that's why we thought it was just a good thing, because I know it wasn't done through a board vote,
No,
and I didn't think it would be a problem.
yeah.
And I think that may have been what I said was, I personally don't have a problem with it, let's just
Right.
bring it to the board.
did you guys already vote?
No, we haven't.
Now, I'll make a
Just
motion
try
to.
So I'm sorry, I'm actually coming late.
So the horseshoes have a spigot there.
Spigots from
We're
there?
we're gonna put a T on there, run to the last, I think it's like the last telephone pole, and just attach it to a telephone pole. We'll probably do like a short one, for hose, and maybe one a little bit higher, just in case people wanna rinse their legs off if it's a rainy day.
So you're gonna have someone come in with one of those machines? I'm sorry if you guys already asked.
Yeah, one of our guys does construction, the one that actually built the shed for us. He has them all, so we'll just.
Small, yeah, okay.
They'll just get on it, run quick.
Okay, and I sent to you, replied to you, I think, do we have to call Dig Safe for that?
We should,
We can call, yeah. I don't think
yeah,
anything
please do,
else about the call.
just, I mean, I called Dig Safe and we put 2 post holes out there, because we were
yeah.
near the road,
Yeah.
The reason I say that, Jamie, is because, I don't know if you remember, we were digging out here before, and we hit the wires to the,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it would just be a good idea.
Yeah.
there's so many different things around.
Oh, I know. I think when we were doing, putting the poles in the volleyball court, there was a pipe, because the poles are 5 feet down. So when we were digging that, there was like a crushed, like, portion of a pipe. and
Right,
some
right,
sort of
because
water
there was a
pipe.
building right there.
Yeah, we're like, I don't know, where,
Right behind the stump of a tree there was a building, coaches and the bathroom and everything that was there. So yeah, it doesn't surprise me, and it wouldn't surprise me that you run into something else.
Yeah, so that's what I'm like,
You know what, you just might want to, because I know there's a pipe that goes down to the haunted house
Okay.
for water. and I don't know
That's true.
how it gets there. Mike Vickery might have a good idea. You
Yeah,
wanna just check with him.
yeah.
But yeah, just be really careful, because I know that there's water, a line that goes down there.
Yeah. When I called Dig Safe, I might do a spray paint line,
Yeah.
so they have an idea where I'm talking.
Yeah, no, that's what they want. If you go on the website, that's what they want. They want you to outline where you're gonna do it, you know.
Just so you guys know, like if you come in and somebody's like, oh, someone's doing something, they spray paint a line.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing. We wanted everybody to know so that, you know,
Yeah.
especially with, you know, 3 new people on the board.
Which I just realized it was.
Yeah, no. You know, we're just trying to do everything above the board here.
Yeah, I'll make a motion that,
Just this question, it's not gonna tax any system we have there, right? I mean, we have enough pressure weight and all that.
No,
You know,
just another spigot that's not on all the time.
Yeah.
Is it gonna be like a lockout on that, or is it gonna people come by on the weekends, just, you know, taking showers over there and stuff? Are we gonna run into that problem, maybe?
Even if they were, it wouldn't be that big a deal, Joe. It's,
Okay.
I mean,
I mean, the one at Horseshoes is on.
Just ask.
Yeah, no, good question.
Yeah,
Good question.
Horseshoes is inside there.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. That's a fun if we ever try to have it. But I mean, you know,
New people, new questions?
yeah, which is fine. I'm like,
did you have a time frame for when you want to do it?
I'm not sure we're gonna reorganize and figure out.
Okay, you're gonna check with us?
So you might
Do it
want
on the
to
weekend?
check with her, because if there's a horseshoe tournament, you know, I don't think they got any coming up soon.
there's a calendar.
Oh, good, we got a calendar. Hey, look at that.
Probably be on Saturday.
Which is,
Probably don't want to be doing it if it's like a morning wedding or something. I know like this week there's a 10 o'clock wedding.
Yeah.
They have one on July 14th, which is a Sunday. If you're thinking about July and August.
All right, so July.
Outside of that, we don't have any listed for a Sunday.
Okay.
yeah, Sunday looks pretty wide open.
Yep.
10 a.m. graduation,
In
9
July.
which is last weekend.
He
Yeah.
wants to do it on the weekend, because it works during the week.
Yeah, because they work, you know, they have their own jobs. And they just, I know, back when,
I know. Oh, that's work.
it's only like, you know, when you get squeezed.
Yeah, so if you could just check with Mike before you know, when you come up with a date, just contact Mike at this point, once the board votes it, you know.
I'll still send you an email saying,
Yep.
we're looking, and I'll talk to Mike about it.
Yeah, Mike and Nellie, and that way, you know, I mean, you can send it to me too, I mean, that's fine.
Yeah.
Mike's our Ted Williams guy, so, go ahead.
Finally, yeah, I make a motion
Go ahead.
to allow volleyball to run a water line from Horseshoes. Prove that they do all the work and call Dig Safe and such.
Second.
Any further discussion? None heard, all those in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous.
Thank you, guys.
Yep, just get back to us and let us know when you're planning on doing it, and that way,
Yeah.
won't be any surprise, you know, or somebody will, what's going on? Again, you know, we just gotta tell Jesse so that he knows in case he comes in and goes, what's going on?
Oh, yeah, that's the new guy, the other new guy.
That's the other new guy.
Lots of new guys.
Okay,
All right,
thanks,
very
Jamie.
good.
Glad you guys had a good time this weekend.
Yes, it was great.
Great,
Perfect weather, couldn't complain.
good, yeah, it seemed like a nice day. I know I came through, there was a lot of people having a good
You
time.
guys just have to
Yeah,
sign
it was
over here.
baseball had a ton, and soccer had a ton of people.
Yeah, and then you guys had a bunch, which was great, that's what we like.
Yep.
Yeah, good times, all around.
All right,
Thank
you.
go Bruins.
Like that shirt.
Yeah, but upside down.
I know.
Bye.
You're up,
Am I up?
you're up. Well, wait a minute, we're gonna take the person behind you. How are you today?
I'm superlative.
Good.
Yeah, that's good.
Wish it
That's
was
a
a little bit
reimbursement,
better
right?
weather, but that's okay.
Yeah, the second
This
one.
weekend was
One's first
good. First of all, I'd like to thank the board, we had a cleanup on May 17th, and 17 people came to clean up, and 75% of it was done, and I want to thank you for that. It was just a nice thing, because every other year you have to come in with blowers and the whole shot. I want to thank you for that. The second thing is my daughter's rented the place for my 80th birthday.
No way.
Yeah, and it was a phenomenal thing. It was very well organized. The bartenders and everything was just A1.
When was it?
What?
When was the party?
A week ago Friday.
Cool.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah. had a pickleball family and my regular family.
There you go. There you go.
So, starting with that, I do have the insurance policy in my hand right now. I can't see anything any different except for, I think our number's gonna be down this year. There's so many other places starting up with pickleball that it's taken away from here, from Rainham to West Bridgewater, East Bridgewater Live, Hanover is, if you've ever heard of Starland,
Yep.
they just put 25 courts they play every morning.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, all the people from the Plymouth area, Dartmouth is putting new courts in, Mattapoisett, Fairhaven, they're all putting all new courts in. So,
Can I just ask one question?
yes.
What is pickleball?
Okay, Joe, this is Joe, he's one of our new board members, so this is,
Bob Hall.
How you doing?
And,
I've heard about this pickleball, but I've never seen it. I don't know what it is.
yeah, it's ping pong on steroids.
it's a good way to put it.
Yeah, it's a good way to put it. Ping pong, you stand on the table.
Right?
Ping pong, and you stand on the table.
Yep.
okay.
It's played on a badminton-sized court. It's played with a paddle and a wiffle ball. And it's, you know, we play all doubles because of our ages, I think. You have to serve it underhand like tennis to the opposite court. It has to bounce.
Okay.
And then
Rackets and balls.
and then it comes back over the net and has to bounce. It has to bounce twice. And then you can hit it either in midair or bounce. There's a 7-foot area on either side of the net. It's called the kitchen. There's another name for it, but a kitchen. You cannot hit the ball in midair in the kitchen. That gives you a 14-foot area to protect. Unlike tennis, you know, if somebody slams it in that area,
Okay.
you know, you could get hurt, even though it's a wiffle ball. Basically, that's it. There are other rules to it, but they're, you know, that gets into the
Oh, I was gonna say, okay, no
So
problem.
they play on half each court set up on half a tennis court.
Yeah, so we get 2 courts out of 1 tennis court.
Okay.
Just to give you a little, it started 56 years ago out on the West Coast. When I started it, there was about 90,000 people in the United States playing. Now, I just heard the other day, 3.5 million people are playing pickleball. I just came from a big tournament down in Naples, 2,200 participants, 17,000 spectators. That's how big it is. But anyway, that's that.
Yeah, I'll come down and see it sometime.
Yeah, I'd like to invite anybody to play because it's just, I think the board would really appreciate what has happened, you know, through it. I think I started with 4 people here and 5 years ago, and we chalked the lines, and then we've gone from there. And you know, we've got a nice bunch of people that are playing. It's a friendly group. It's a family group. I do see some situations that you guys maybe ask is I came over here one Sunday just because I filled all the cracks and painted, you know, what has the cracks where they have to be painted. I did that. I was here on Sunday just checking on something, and there was 8 people playing pickleball.
So people come down and just pick up?
Yeah, they can. They're not part of the club per se. You know, I mean, they're playing pickleball and
That's the same as if they came down and played tennis, right?
tennis,
Yeah.
exactly.
Basketball.
There's no fee. I am able to pay you tonight. I've had 35 people sign up. I'll probably have a few more when school gets out. So I'm guesstimating about 42 people, so I can write a check tonight. Do I write the check out to her?
Nellie,
Yeah.
we had them come in because of the field scheduling, one of the last teams?
Yes.
There might be another one, because it's just pickleball.
No, I think it's just pickleball, because somebody was in Florida.
All right, no worries.
So Bob, if somebody in town just wanted to try it out or whatever, they just kind of walk over
And
and,
that's a good, we're having Nellie put on the bulletin board, and she wanted to wait for the board to get the okay. I am going to give free lessons to anybody who wants, the first free lesson, to anybody that wants to play. And I have the equipment to go along with it.
do you want to schedule a time? Like, we have like an open, learn how to play pickleball type thing?
We could, and we could do it like a Tuesday morning, or Tuesday or Thursday morning. I am open for that. I would, I'm going to try to, there's a few things that's going on. Tomorrow I'm on the radio with the veterans and disabled vets. We have 3 wheelchairs that are in now already, and 1 amputee. I'm going to try to get into the Wounded Warriors type of thing, and the vets have invited me to be on the radio station tomorrow on their channel in Taunton, I guess, and I don't know the numbers, but anyway, I'm going to be there tomorrow, and we're trying to bring them into the mix. It's being played, and we are planning to have a little tournament with wheelchair, and it's called One Up, One Down. And obviously it's one in the chair, and then their partner is. Couple different rules for them. One is they get the 2 bumps. There's a 2 bumps rule for wheelchair, and they cannot put their big wheel in the kitchen. Like, we can't step in the kitchen. They can put the front wheel. A sports chair is different than a regular chair. They have to come into the court, hop into their sports chairs to play. They're a wheel with an angle on it, and then they have to have a front wheel and a back wheel so they don't tip over or go over that way. They're about $2,500 a piece. Down in Naples, we all chipped in and we bought 2 of them for one of the places that I play. But there are, just the wheelchair, I met 2 of the Canadians that came down from number 1 and 2 tennis players. And this is what's happened with this whole thing, is the tennis players are now switching over to pickleball because it's a little bit easier to play, and I have a fellow I just found out he's on the USA tennis program, but he's also working with Spalding Rehab. Maybe want to come down here to work with some rehab in wheelchair or amputees. But my objective is the veterans. I'd like to do veterans and just, the Wounded Warriors.
So you have your insurance binder, do you have a contract with your request times?
I don't have a contract with the request.
I have a blank contract.
So one thing, Bob, that changed is that we changed the 2 members this year. And then when we did that, we redid the roles that everybody has, the liaison roles.
Right.
So now the field schedule is a new person, so we're trying to get all the things in a row for the new schedules.
Right, because the only thing that could be an issue is if there's an outside wedding.
Yeah,
So here's the way it works, right? So we usually get together in March, sorry to cut you off. We usually get together in March.
When you're not here.
We know you're not here, but all the teams get together, they all fill out the same form, insurance binder, and then they have an estimated, number of people, which you've done. And they put down, like AAU baseball puts down, on the Giants, and I want to play on field 4 on Saturdays at 2, right? And they kind of put their requests in, and The Samurais do the same thing, and then there's one person, who's not me, who goes through all the schedules and make sure there's no conflicts on the field or the court, plus with weddings and, you know, if we have a big, race here or something.
Yeah.
So that's really just all it is that the contract is more for the scheduling purposes of it.
Just an agreement.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not a contract, it's an agreement.
And that's fine. I think last year we did Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Yeah, just whatever you request,
And
yeah.
this year was gonna be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. And as far as the weddings go, we've already had an agreement. If there's a 10 o'clock, I heard this week, pickleball stops.
So just do us a favor, just fill it out with whatever you need.
Yeah,
That's a good
okay.
starting point, and then we'll kind of go over it with the scheduling, right?
Yeah, okay.
And then we'll let you know.
That's it. Now,
Because there's a master schedule, it's not in front of me right now, but there's a master schedule that kind of puts all the pieces together, so.
yeah, all right.
I'm not
And
gonna remember.
I think we're going to work with that 5K police run.
Sure.
Too.
People are pretty reasonable, right? So for example, if AAU baseball wants the same date, the same time, they figure it out together. That's
Yeah.
that's the best way to do it, right? So you just start with, here's the schedule that Team X has, and they have these reserved dates based on the amount of money you pay to the park, so that's all good. And then there will be conflicts, that's just how it works, and you kind of figure it out together, whatever works. It's pretty reasonable.
Yeah, but would there be any conflicts with hours except for weddings?
Well, there's weddings, there's also open tennis time. So we had a couple people come in last year that wanted tennis at certain days, and I don't think we had field scheduled times for tennis last year. I mean, for pickleball. Did we?
We had scheduled last year.
So one of the things let me take a step back. One of the things I want to do with taking over the role of field scheduling isn't just to appease everyone, that's the first goal. The second goal is to make it really easy for Linda, if she's raking the fields, or for anybody that's working here or that's out there. You know, for example, you have a big tournament coming up, we want to make sure all the trashes are empty, for example.
Yeah.
So I'm coming up with a laminated master schedule, so it's about 3/4 done. This is actually the last piece. And then when that's out, then you have something that's posted somewhere or, is available. So people would say, okay, I can't play tennis today because pickleball has it X, Y, Z, right? And everyone's kind of on the same page. That would be the idea. So we want to keep it open to tennis, but we also want to make sure that if tennis wants to pop in, that you have your scheduled times and it's all visible to everybody. Does that make sense?
Okay. Will tennis be paying any money?
No, tennis is like basketball, right? So basketball's the same thing. So if I'm a 3-on-3 team and I want to have a league and I want to have a team, I can say I want Saturdays from 5 to 10 and I'm a league and I pay per person and it's all good. But those times that I'm not there, then anybody can play pickup basketball.
Yeah.
It's the same idea.
Okay. And any time that I don't put down, anybody can play pickleball
Or tennis.
or tennis.
Either or, right? There's no preference. It's not like it has to be one or the other. It's just open field. It's open space is what it is.
Yeah.
Right? Just like baseball, right? In theory, someone could walk up and pitch to their kid on the U4, the
Right.
field 4.
But if there's a game, then they have to get off.
Yeah.
Right.
Because
Or prep for a game,
the
right?
people that are,
Yeah.
reserving those times
Yeah.
are paying for those times.
Yeah,
You know, and it would be the same for you. So we're just gonna come up with what we feel is a fair amount of times that you're gonna be playing.
Yeah.
And then everything's good. And then everybody knows what everybody's doing and we don't have any problems.
So if you want to do that as soon as you can, it's good to get it up now, so that we can, as the weekend approaches.
This is something my daughter will.
Yeah, so just send everything to Nellie, she has all the stuff.
She's in contract with Nellie
Oh, yeah.
anyway.
Perfect,
Yeah,
and she
absolutely.
holds all the actual agreements, she holds all that stuff.
All right.
Yeah, and she can just drop it off at town hall and they'll put it in my bin. That's not a problem.
Oh, all right.
Put it in the
Anytime.
Parks Department.
How about this?
Oh, the insurance.
You can give that to her.
Take that right now.
Yep,
Perfect.
So that's it.
that's a great start. Yeah, I
And
mean,
then, now, I've got a couple of other questions. The restroom here, is that?
it's open,
down?
it's open,
It's open?
it's open.
Yeah.
We had a water issue down the walkway here, a couple of times, the line blew apart. So, we're at the mercy of the town plumber and, he came out one time right away and fixed it and then it blew apart again and it took him a while to get here. So, it's just one of those things.
Yeah, all right, and
Yeah.
it's just,
Yeah.
I know you gave me a fee for the one way out there last year, I think I returned it.
So I'll be the new, I'll make sure you have my contact info, I'm the contact for all
All right.
fields and courts and
Okay.
whatever. So it's just good, so for example, if you show up and there's someone playing tennis and you have scheduled time, then you call me and I'll figure it
The
out.
question I have with you is, not only are we looking for you to put down your requests, but if you're planning on having any tournaments.
Yeah,
Because we've instituted, actually it was instituted a couple of years ago, but we are now coming through, as you saw Jamie was here, she was paying for the tournament they played this past weekend.
yeah, right.
Which is
right.
$2 a head.
Yeah, oh, okay.
So you just build that into your price.
Yeah, I think we are planning on a tournament.
Okay, so write that down too.
Yeah, right.
Because
It'll go
we
to
just,
Master
you know, we just want to make sure that there's not
Yeah.
too much going on this end of the, you
You
know.
know, you have to schedule, I mean, and
Yes.
that's,
Now, the other thing, the way it works is it's kind of a, we'll make it work, right? But it is a first come, first served thing. So since you're in Florida and let's say, when do we do this, March, February, whatever it is?
We try to do it in February.
Late
Just because,
February.
because people start, no, we know that. You
But
know.
here's what you can do, you can, Kim or yourself can send an email, or what, I did the same thing, I couldn't make the meeting as doing lacrosse, but I sent it, said I need these times and these dates.
Right.
So you're with everybody else at the same
And
time.
that way,
You're not
the
waiting.
information's in
Yeah.
early,
Oh,
you know, so you don't lose your spot.
You don't need to know how many people, you don't, obviously the insurance binder is pretty straightforward, so.
We'll just-
I understand that.
Just so you know for the future, it'll be
And
next
just, you
February.
know, and I am willing to do, and as he asked, free lessons.
Yeah, that's right.
But I don't want to do it while we're playing, so I.
That's fine, oh, yeah, no, I wouldn't expect you to.
So I could do it on.
That would be something different. Yeah, that would be a different day.
One other question.
Yeah, by the way, the free lessons.
Gonna hold you to one.
Hey, just so we're on the same page, the free lessons would fall into the open space?
Yeah.
Same concept?
Yeah.
Unless you said, hey, I got 50 people coming, right, and I need to make
Then
sure it's.
we want to know that, just so we can
Yeah,
Block it off.
block it off.
It's not a problem.
You know,
People
that's
do
all.
basketball all the time.
yeah.
Got paddles for people to use too?
The other question I
Gotta be
had,
50.
if, and if's an awful big word, if I could get enough sponsors, how should I put this? That I could put in 4 permanent courts on the tennis courts without taking away from the tennis courts. In other words, putting up permanent nets, but you can take them out, you can take the poles out.
They're not permanent.
They're not permanent.
Okay,
Right. No.
Would you be?
But I understand what you're saying.
What is it, a hole?
But they're Wilson tennis nets that are shorter, instead of us bringing out the portable nets all the time. In fact, we left out the nets this year. I don't know if you noticed that or not. But then we bring them right back to the fence and put the feet underneath so they don't tip over.
So let's,
It's the fence should be fine.
I'll make a deal with you. So, it sounds really reasonable.
Yeah.
A good example is we put a lacrosse field on field 5, which is like a little, kind of a t-ball.
Yeah, okay.
Field in the corner.
Yeah.
But, you know, it all sounds good on paper, and then you kind of start to do it, and it's like, well, it's gonna encroach on this and this, so we all kind of get on the same page.
Yeah.
So, what I'll do is, whenever you're ready, anytime, just let me know. We'll go down, walk through it, you know, this is what I want the permanent structure to look like, you gotta put a hole here, this is gonna be
Yeah,
stored there.
yeah, okay.
Just get all the details, and then
Yeah.
I'll bring it back to the board, and we'll kind of make the right decision. It does make the most sense to make it, you know, nice, right? We want people to use it.
Yeah.
So, we just want to kind of gather all the details about that specifically. So instead of going through it now, maybe we can just find time to walk through it.
Yeah, you and I can walk through it.
Yeah.
That's fine. You know, I think you understand now that the pickleball courts, I mean,
Sure.
are being used big time,
Yeah.
you know, and not tennis. Tennis,
But we're not even gonna go there, because we have voted to keep the tennis courts open,
yeah.
okay?
Oh, no,
I guess my question to you is, when you painted the first court, unbeknownst to us, and we asked you to paint it back to tennis, is there any plan for that?
tennis lines, no,
Okay, then we'll take care of it.
yeah.
I mean-
Nobody plays tennis. I
They-
mean, we don't.
Bob, they do, people do. People do
And we
play
have a
tennis, and they play
It's
here.
okay, it's fine.
That's all.
Yeah, okay.
So the tennis courts that people are gonna play tennis on, and it's gonna be used for pickleball.
Yeah.
But we can definitely work it out.
No, it's
The
gonna
key
be
is-
worked out.
the key is
It's not a problem.
it starts with the schedule, whatever you need.
Yeah.
Start with that, and then any let's call it improvements, any improvements you want to make to the courts.
You gotta come through us.
Yeah, but we'll walk through them, we'll get all the details, we'll all vote on it as a board. You know, it doesn't make sense for me to make an independent decision, like, yeah, I'll put a bunch of holes here and there.
No,
Some of that stuff we gotta do together.
Yeah, I understand.
But generally speaking, that's the easiest way to do it, and then we shouldn't have any conflicts
Yeah.
with other outside, you know, there's still open field time, somebody writes us a letter and says, hey, I came down and it was all full of pickleball, we said, well, you can come on, whatever, Tuesdays, whatever.
Okay. So just fill this out, give this to Nellie.
Yep.
I'll give it to,
So write down your times and your days
And any possible
Yep.
term.
and any tournaments.
Just ideas.
I have, this is for the tournament. Is it just gonna be one tournament?
we're not sure yet, it may be, as I said, one up, one down with the wheelchair.
Just, you know what you do, just make a copy of that tournament schedule, just keep a blank copy, and you can just request at any time.
Yeah, all right, and then I think we might have a lot of places they have the tournaments with, you know, if you, ratings, you know, 3-0, 3-5. A lot of places they have it at 3-5s. We're thinking of bringing in the younger group and 4-0, 5-0. And we know we would have it from Rhode Island and Connecticut.
Sure.
But, so it would be different then. So that, we're thinking of that. Nothing etched in stone.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah. And we would like to,
Let's do the question. Do we post that schedule near that area?
Well, we're going to, yeah, that's the thing. So it'll be posted on the fence or
Yeah.
somehow, some way.
There are some sports that are really pickup sports, right?
Mhm.
And baseball's not really a pickup sport, so we've never really had the problem of like people picking up during a game, but basketball kind of, and definitely tennis and
Yeah.
pickleball. So my goal is to make sure, this is the last piece, make sure the schedules are done, we know them all, aside from tournaments, and I'm literally buying a laminator, which I had to buy anyway. We'll laminate it, we'll put it up on the,
Did we get one, Nellie? Did we get a laminator?
No, I thought you were getting one.
whatever, I'll just get it.
I'm sorry.
yeah.
I thought you had one.
I was gonna use it, I was gonna get it anyway, so.
We were gonna get one.
Okay.
We voted to buy one. We voted to buy one.
Okay.
Is it something the board's talked about? Because
Yeah, we'll post it up,
yeah.
it'll be attached.
We went through last year and.
Trying to become more visible with it.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we're trying to pick up some of the pieces left
Yeah.
behind.
Yeah, okay.
And
There was someone else doing it last year, so it's a change.
So that's why he's really taking the bull by the
Yeah,
horns
yeah.
and doing it the proper way.
You know, and no problem.
Yep.
Put it this way, it's easier for me to make a schedule and laminate it than it is to work out 4 or 5 conflicts.
Yeah, absolutely.
And calls
But you
and all
know
that
what?
stuff.
We have had no problem.
Oh, I know, just, you know, thinking ahead.
Yeah, no.
We're just trying to prevent them down the road, that's all.
Good, so it's pretty straightforward, so you're kind of just another one of the teams, and just, I think it's important for you to know that we do try to get together in February, we know you're not here, but it's perfectly fine to just send what days you're looking at and what you
Yeah,
want,
I
and
think-
then you get those in
I
the system.
think we were going to, and then my daughter
That's okay.
was going in for an operation.
Yep. No, I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rick Tim couldn't make it either.
Yeah.
There's
No, we
going
don't
on.
know. You don't have to
if you don't do it, we're gonna give the field, we're gonna give the court time to the other pickleball.
I think we're gonna put baseball on there.
Wiffle ball, is it a wiffle ball? Play inside the tennis courts.
Oh, it's like a poker ball and pickleball mix.
People run their dogs in there.
That's the thing we're trying to keep
It's
away.
gonna be the dog park.
And, you know,
It's awful.
we haven't had to this year, but last year we had to pick up. You know.
Yeah, I know, it's terrible.
But what I saw this morning was skateboards.
In there?
Yep. I don't know why.
There's a skate park right down
I
there.
know,
I
there's a
know,
skate
there's a
park.
skate park right there.
Well, there was so much pollen that I thought a truck came onto it, but it actually.
The tracks.
We figured it out, it was skateboards
Okay.
came in.
So, yeah, that's good advice too, if you see stuff that we want to post, you know, I think we have had no dogs, stuff gets ripped down.
No dogs,
Well,
no,
there was a
Yeah,
sign on
there
there, and someone
was.
tore it down.
yeah, no dogs and no skateboards.
No loitering.
Add that one.
Well, can I
Yeah,
ask you
no.
one thing before you go?
You are?
Can I ask one thing,
Sure.
please? If you're gonna put signs up on the fence and stuff, could you run that by us before you do it?
Okay.
Because,
You mean something like the basketball did?
yeah,
Right.
Okay.
yeah. I guess, what do you
They
get, sponsors
they
and
came,
stuff up
to-
there?
they, just to give you history, they came to us and asked us to do
Yeah, okay.
it because they're raising money to
By doing that?
resurfacing the fields.
Yeah.
Resurfacing the courts.
And I-
All the money they're raising is gonna go into those courts.
Yeah,
So, yeah, just-
that's something what we would like to do. I've already been in touch with Franklin Sports. And they are getting into pickleball big time. You know, I know they make the gloves and, you know, all of
But you
that.
know, one more example, so you can tell, you know, volleyball is in, obviously, and they just want to run a line, and they're doing all the
Yeah.
work, and they're paying for everything.
Yeah.
So the real key to the Parks Board is just knowing what's happening, right? So as long as you're like, hey, we'd like to put up signs, and we say, probably no problem, and
Yeah.
just, really just communication.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
almost never a problem.
Well, I saw, you know, what basketball did.
Yeah,
And I
right.
said, what a nice
They
idea.
came to us.
Yeah, you know, and I would
There's
have,
signs down in the
Yeah.
field.
if I get a lot of bands.
Two.
The only other thing is, you know, have you got in your itinerary to fix the fence? We fixed it again this year.
Okay, you know what I'll do, when I go down, we'll go through all this stuff. Want to do that?
Yeah.
All right, that's
Fine.
easier, just
Yep.
get a master list going.
Then we'll get John down here to give us a quote to fix it.
Yeah, we'll just go through everything.
Yeah, all right, that's beautiful.
So Nellie has my info, it's just easier than giving it to you now.
Yeah,
Yep.
and then the breeder board up front, all right, if we put pickleball, you know, hours up there.
Yeah, for a while, yeah, we can go up there for a while.
Yeah, usually rotates.
We rotate things through, so I mean,
Yeah.
you may see it there for 3 weeks and then it may not be there for a while.
Yeah.
You know, we put up weddings and we put up different things
No,
and,
that's fine. I see you put another sign up.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
It looks
Yeah.
nice,
yep,
looks nice.
trying.
Yeah.
Well,
Do you have any other
I mean, that's the original entrance, but for a lot of people, that's become the main entrance.
Yeah.
So new people don't know this entrance,
Yeah.
or they drive right by.
Well, I might as well ask while I'm here because I just thought of it.
Wait a minute, you're over your
You asked me one
questions.
question.
A flag.
The-
We have a flag, but somebody said they could bring a flag pole in, and we could put the flag pole up along this road here in the middle, you know.
Just a regular flag?
Just a regular American flag.
All right.
I think you just pointed out where you want to put it and we'll just get okay, that's
I
all.
know where we want it, it's in court, right in the middle of court 3. Unless, I mean.
Let's go through it, let's put it, add to the list.
Yeah.
Add to the list. All right.
All right.
Cool.
Yeah, because
Awesome.
we have them all there too, so you
Yeah,
have to look at.
yeah, that's fine, that's,
No, I might.
well, I'll just make a list and bring it.
Now, we can use it as a windsong too.
Sure, there you go. Play the wind, perfect. Good, so, okay, sounds good.
Everything else is all right?
That's all good, yeah. Just send us that schedule as soon as you can.
All right, now how about the money? You want me to?
Yeah, just, it's fine, whatever.
With the
Whatever you-
contract is fine.
With the contract would be great.
That's fine.
Yeah,
That's fine.
with your request for time,
Yeah.
the money would be appreciated.
All right.
Cool.
Thank
Keeps
you,
it all
Jim.
Thanks, Bob.
Thank you.
You can go home now.
Yeah.
Almost.
We have to do this.
We got a couple of things we gotta do.
And I really, if when you come, I know you're into lacrosse.
Yeah.
You know, step on the court with me.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely into
You
that,
know,
yeah, for sure.
and
I like to, I might come down and take a put at it. That's good.
you know, people say to me, how come? And I say, baby boomers, couples can go together, whether they play together or not. And it's very easy to learn, and it's inexpensive. You know, you can buy a paddle for as low as $50
Yeah.
and up to $150.
Cool, yeah, I'll definitely check it out.
Yeah, but I have a paddle.
All right, perfect. You got me.
All right, thanks, Bob.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bob. Thanks for coming in. We
All right.
appreciate it.
And I'll have Kim.
Absolutely. And if she has any questions, she can just copy me.
We do have a little board, you know,
Perfect.
that,
Yeah, most of the teams do.
yeah, I mean, we had to, I couldn't do it myself, and my daughter said she'd do it, and then we have another gal that's, you know, with the computer, so.
Thanks, Bob.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Clear Pond Park, they have a meeting tomorrow with the new employees.
We do,
Oh.
but
You
for
got
the
bills?
bills, can we
Done?
just review that real
Oh,
quick?
well done.
Yeah,
How come everything says like the,
we
Because
don't
you're paying for
know.
that.
send them to them then.
Yeah. That's not the new address, is it? That doesn't seem right,
The
or
address is
26.
it's incorrect, right?
Well, it says
Even
service,
for-
it says service address. You know,
Yes.
is where they are, if you look at that on the
We-
right-hand side.
We think there was a mix-up as they're trying to set things up here.
That makes sense.
And Lori already called Middleborough Genie as soon as they came in. Because they did go to the Lakeville Police Department, and the Lakeville Police went, oh my gosh, what are all of these?
Yeah, well,
And then Lori was like, oh no, so she called, has it corrected, it should be fine coming out the next time.
okay.
Quick question, I do have the bill for the bunker rake. Is that delivered, should we sign? No, okay, I'll save that. The invoice for the mobile bathroom,
No, we're not gonna
Not
sign
yet.
that.
you're just not gonna sign?
Are we gonna
Just
get
gonna
That's
stay
here, but we're
there?
not gonna sign, no.
Okay.
We have
Yeah,
to
we
get
should-
it up and running and make sure everything works.
That's what I was checking, just to make sure
The
that.
bunker rake is
that's
not
all set.
even here, I was amazed that they sent it.
Yeah, and they dated it May
May
31st.
31st.
Yeah, I thought that was mentioned in the email, that it
I sent
hasn't
him an email
arrived.
tonight, I
Yeah, you
CC'd you on
CC'd
it,
me.
yeah.
Yeah, so I
I
just
love
wanted
that.
to double check that that was the case.
Dated May 31st, it's not even here, and you're telling us it's gonna be, you know, X amount of days to get it paid.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
not till we
you gotta
get
love
it,
that.
sorry guys, didn't even put a date that it's supposed to be delivered.
It has to be delivered by the 15th, but it looks like they're gonna push it all the way.
Yeah,
Looks like it, looks like it.
Today's the what, the
Uh,
10th?
Just a couple of extra
Robin's
things
not
to
delivered.
separately sign. I think Joe signed payroll last
Good
time, so it's
question.
your turn.
payroll.
And for you, sir,
No, I'm not
as our
signing.
chairman, it's the increase in wages.
Yeah, definitely no.
You need to sign it, it's due Wednesday.
Well, if I don't sign it, you don't get paid, right? There's no increases.
So we'll keep those to the side. Okay. Those were the questions.
Can pass that down there.
You did sign it? Okay. All right, that was it.
Okay.
Meeting minutes are, no, for tonight.
Okay, got it. Okay, so Clear Pond Park, we had voted to have Dougie call the people that were on the list at that point, as I expressed that there would be some that would drop off, and as soon as you tell them they gotta go for a blood test and a physical, there may be more. One has already dropped off, they got another job.
Who's that?
Was it
Colin Larkin.
the second one, Colin Larkin. He got a job over to the golf course, which is good, good for him. He was only 15 anyhow, so it was kind of a tough one for us. All he could do was work on the snack stand, so that's not fair to anybody else. Dougie always tries to rotate people through, you know, sometimes you're mowing, sometimes you're weed whacking,
Yep.
and sometimes you're in the snack shack. So anyhow, and I think he will know better tomorrow. We did have 3 more applicants come in after our last meeting.
That's good.
They were all maintenance,
Oh.
unfortunately. One
Which
of them
ones?
had
Are
my
they the
middle
ones at
name
the
and
end?
my birthday.
Yeah.
The Froyo kid was in before.
No, that's the other one. There's Dominic and Brandon.
Oh, another kid, okay, yeah.
So there's another brother,
Oh, okay.
which is a year younger.
Siblings too.
They're not new, they're.
The bottom 3 are the new ones that came in after we voted.
These are under they would have a new checkbox then, right?
Right, they get no check, they're maintenance, they were new, but at this point, we have too many maintenance right now.
No, I
Yeah.
know, but they're under the,
Yep,
yeah, I-
Maintenance,
we have too many maintenance right now, so unless, you know, multiple people bang out,
yeah.
Yeah.
which
good
we
to
should
have-
know more
So good to have
tomorrow.
options though.
So Scott, you're saying there was no lifeguards?
No additional lifeguards is what that was my next comment. We haven't heard from
Our
anybody
ad
else.
our ad didn't make a big splash?
Did
Not
even-
yet.
Did it even go in?
It did go in, but it just went in, so.
It just went in.
I mean, I didn't really expect anything. I think these all came in before the ad went out, so.
Okay.
Pretty much is what it is. They're having the meeting tomorrow here, or
Here.
having a meeting here tomorrow,
Yep.
to go over, Clorinda, is coming from the town hall, try to get it all done at one time, you know, getting their paperwork in and signing things and doing all that.
Can you make sure Jesse knows?
He does.
He did say he might be a little late. I've been trying to include him
To the,
to the meeting.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
when she sent it to me, she sent it to me and Doug, and then I sent it back to Jesse, and
Yeah.
I asked them to include Jesse in all further emails, anything
Yeah.
to do with the park.
He should be able to make it just a bit
He
late.
said, yeah, he might be a couple minutes late, but he should be here.
Cool.
So that's good. Because that's a good process for him to jump right into.
Oh, yeah.
That's the biggest part of it right here is, this is the biggest headache of Clear Pond. It's just-
Once- Yeah, getting
is
everybody hired.
Getting everybody hired and getting all the paperwork in and getting everything together.
Yeah.
What else we got? Employee meeting, employee review.
We kind of just did that with the spreadsheet here, just to review the applications we got and stuff like that. That was it.
Okay. All right. Any other updates? The Boy Scouts were in there this past weekend. I reached out to Mr. Amen, and he said they had a good time, other than somebody burning lunch. And I said, he says, oh no, as far as the parks, everything went fine. They cut up some trees, they cleared the path a little bit better. The kids cleared off the little mini putt-putt golf. They did some raking. You know, I mean, they work for a couple hours, go sit by the fire for a couple hours, do a little bit of work.
Remember what happened last year is we had to clean out from that storm.
Yeah, there was a lot. We had to hire someone.
That whole thing?
Yeah, yeah.
It's still lots of cleaning to do.
Oh, there's still some cleaning to be done there. No, there's still some trees that are,
Yeah.
I haven't been in there to see how much they actually did, but this is what was relayed to me.
Yeah.
And it was also, they wanted to express their thanks for us allowing them to go in there.
Cool.
They did enjoy it. They've been doing it for many years. His only regret is that the numbers are dwindling. His
Really?
kids are dwindling and his parent helpers are dwindling.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm sorry to hear that. But anyhow, so as far as Clip on Park, tomorrow's meeting,
Yep, if anybody would like to come and introduce
Yep.
yourself as part of the commission, please do so.
smart.
'Cause I think a lot of the kids don't know everybody on the commission.
correct. I will not be there. Sorry about that.
What is it, tomorrow?
Tomorrow at
Tomorrow.
6.
Well, I should-
Here,
Yeah,
Left or right?
in the CW room.
Hey, when I come down to
as long as it's not
pickleball
raining.
thing.
If it's raining, I might be here. If it's not raining, I
Around
might
and
be
do the alarm.
here. Long Pond Lodge updates. We've got our calendar review. Is there anything on here that we need to be aware of?
I don't think there's anything.
There is another horseshoe tournament coming
Yes.
this weekend. I see that.
Where we at?
The review of the calendar.
Calendar.
How is it going with the new tournament scheduling, paying process? Obviously volleyball is in there.
Volleyball's been like the real kind of first one
Yep.
to really do, and then.
What about
pairs.
horseshoes? Did they turn in a?
They're on the schedule.
They have not sent anything as of yet, and
Well, we need
they
to send,
had
can we send them
one-
in?
Next time I see them, I'll swing.
Okay, no, just
They
a
had
gentle
one
reminder.
the first, June 1st.
They had one 2 weekends ago, yeah.
And they didn't give the contracts. Like volleyball did everything.
So they haven't turned in a contract yet?
No, they gave us the dates, and I asked them, I gave them a
Who's
couple
the
of
main
They
copies.
need a contract.
Who's the main person?
Jerry.
They need a contract.
Jerry's a
They need
guy
an
or a
agreement. Let's call it an agreement, because what it is an agreement. It's not a contract.
Is Jerry a guy or a girl?
But it's an agreement to let us know everything. You can't just
Don't
let us know the
Don't
dates.
tell me that.
I've
You're gonna walk
never
up to a
been-
random
I'm
person.
sorry, I know, I never.
Is Jerry a guy or a girl?
Jerry?
Do you know?
I don't know.
Oh, come on. I have to figure that out.
Pratt?
No, whatever, I'll figure it
My
out.
guess
Pratt, you
is the
said?
guy. Yeah, Pratt.
Okay. You know what, can you do me a favor? Just send me the contact info,
Yeah,
please.
do that.
Um,
Next time I see him down there, I'll ask for Jerry and go from there.
I had,
He did it nice.
Wow,
Should he be picking it?
wow. That's a late one.
It's apparently,
I had a little concern about the schedule, and I was gonna call Nikki on it. I think I mentioned to you, Scott, you got a 10 a.m. wedding on Saturday. I
Yep.
don't know if they're getting married here in the gazebo or not.
Horseshoes will be in full
Horseshoes,
swing.
Yeah.
I did send the horseshoe and volleyball tournament dates to SEM, and I put SEM events with it too and asked them to review. They said there was nothing that they couldn't get around.
Okay.
Okay.
They were fine.
As long as,
So
is
I
it
said,
I
Nikki?
okay.
called
As long as
Nikki anyway,
knows.
just to make sure.
That's all you
Absolutely.
can do, right?
That, because, and that was the concern, especially, talking to Bob, because they're right there.
Yep.
I mean, we were all the way down, at the new fields, and I could hear them playing pickleball. I could hear the paddles. And I'm just saying, no, but, so I can imagine that if they're playing pickleball and there's an outdoor wedding, then it's pretty loud,
Yeah.
So yeah, we just gotta take care of those things and make sure that they understand that.
I wanted to make sure that
I mean,
they,
we're talking to stop for half an hour so they can do the service.
Yeah.
It's not a,
Not that many weddings, huh? Is that just me? There's one on the 22nd, right?
there's one on the 15th,
15th,
there's
22nd.
one on the 8th, there's one on the
Yeah, but none
22nd,
on, none on Sundays, none on Fridays. Am I missing that?
they're on Saturday. There's 3 Saturdays in a row, there's weddings.
Okay, not the 20, okay.
And then
July
there's
Not the 29th, not the 6th.
Saturday the 6th is the fireworks, remember that? The 13th is a wedding,
Oh, you're right, so that is right.
and the 27th is a wedding. I thought we were booked.
Yeah. I mean, there's retirement parties and graduations and stuff like that.
Right, there's bridal
Bridal
showers.
showers. I guess there's
Reunions.
Reunion.
There's something going on. There's something going on every day. Cool. Friday and
I
Saturday.
think the thing is with the weddings that you're saying is that the wedding is taking the whole day of the whole building. As opposed to us having 2 weddings in a day, which used to happen in the past, and we used to try to scramble to get
Right,
stuff
there was a
done.
lot of work.
Well,
We're
that-
having the weddings pay for the day
Right,
of
and
the
it's more
building,
money.
so now you're
So it's
seeing
more money,
one
but
spread out the day.
That's not, that wouldn't be applicable now, would it? Because they just started.
Yeah, probably not these weddings,
It's possible.
because
If
that just went, that was a new thing that we just agreed to a
Oh,
month
no,
ago.
not with the pricing and stuff. I think SEM on their own has promoted, hey,
Yeah, the whole-
unless
Oh, so they
you want
pay for
another
double
party
blocks.
in
Right.
the other room.
Right, because I know somebody did that and backed out on the other room at the last minute so that nobody would rent it.
Right.
pretty smart.
And there's been a few where you
Get there a lot.
see it on here, hold this room, don't rent it out unless we call this person first. Because if they're like, oh, there's another party going in, we'll pay for it. And then they end up just taking the whole building.
Yeah.
That's why that whole pricing came in, that, you
Yeah,
know
it makes
what, the
sense.
whole day, whole building, don't even worry about it.
July 18th is at the, that's the Ted Williams Camp coaches and staff alumni lunch, is that what that is? On the 18th, Thursday?
I don't know.
I believe
And there's
that's what
no
it looks like.
extra info on here about it, so
That's,
I'm
I
not
think that's
sure.
what that is. Okay. All right, so there's nothing, ooh, Saturday the 6th is a busy day.
July 6th, yeah.
Yeah.
We have the,
And a wedding the night before.
fireworks that
And
night too.
fireworks at night.
Yep.
Yep. Okay,
So is there anybody, from my field scheduling side of things, is there anybody that we don't have communication with on tournaments that we should? We
I
have
don't-
volleyball, we have horseshoes, we have pickleball.
Right, so that's these 3 here.
hey Jesse.
Hey, Jesse.
Obviously, John Pond is separate.
Right. Outside that, I don't think there's anything.
Soccer.
They were sent both to
basketball.
soccer and baseball, and both have said that they're not having tournaments.
There's no basketball, right?
No,
No.
not unless they come back to us and,
Like 3
No,
on 3.
which they're requesting for another
Okay. That was the fall.
thing, but we'll get to that later.
Good, great, that's great to hear. Okay, so, they requested that we, purchase some more of these banquet tables. I guess a couple of them are broken.
Who's they? SEM?
SEM, and they had asked me before, and I looked, and Nikki looked, and these 8-footers, we couldn't get them for under $200. And I just thought it was outrageous that a 6-footer you can get for 40, and an 8-footer was 200 and something dollars.
Yeah.
Now, I went back online again, and I was able to find some for the approximate price between $70 and $80. The situation there is they're coming from a restaurant supply company, and they will deliver them. But it's gonna be on a lift gate, and he's gonna drop them to the ground, and then they're yours. So we've gotta have somebody here.
How many is it?
Well, I mean, it's, probably 4 of these 8-footers,
Yep.
and then a couple of 6-footers and a couple of 4-footers. So I mean, it's gonna be, $150, $300, it's gonna be, like $400, $450, but it's gonna be like 8 tables.
Yep.
They say they'll give us like a 3-hour window. I'm like, well, you gotta do better than that. I mean, I can come down from work as, if,
I could probably do it, it just depends on the date.
and if it's a day and they're here, the girls will hear, they can tell us when they're here. I mean, it's just moving a few tables, I mean, no reason for
Someone
anybody.
could be here, well, so someone could be here.
Yeah,
I live a mile from here, so.
I mean, and then the other ones I saw were just straight Amazon. They were a little more, and they're gonna ship them to my house because they're not gonna ship them here either. So I was trying to just get them all at once, from one delivery, bang here,
Sure.
call it a day. So that was a much better price. So I just wanted to make a motion, what did I,
approximately $300 in tables. It's four of the 8-footers at 75, a couple of the 6-footers at 45, and a couple of the small 4-footers at 35. It's approximate price of $300. So I'd like to make a motion that you allow me to spend that. I'll end up charging it on my card and then have to get reimbursed.
Where are you buying from, Scott?
This was, I found a web restaurant,
Okay.
and I was telling the guys that they come with a common carrier, so we don't have a loading dock. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna lower them down and then they're ours. The guy's not gonna take them off the lift or anything. But, so we gotta have someone here to do that. I can be here, but I can't sit here and wait all day,
I'll do that.
you know? And you can call me, when they get here, and, you know, I can come.
I didn't hear the beginning of it, but did you include any of those, we talked about cocktail tables too, did you think about those?
I did, but I believe SEM has some here that they're renting out.
Okay, so they own some?
There's 3 or 4 in there that are not ours.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
I mean, if we want to do that, then.
No, I didn't.
We want to rent them out.
No, I think it's a good idea to have them in here.
I mean,
If they're doing it themselves, that's even better.
they're doing it themselves right at the present, I guess. I don't know. No one ever asked me.
So I second your motion.
Any further discussion?
Nope.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. So it'll be approximately $300. I'll do that tomorrow. I just
If you know the
didn't-
date, just let me know, I'll block it up.
Okay, yeah, and they'll call me the day before. So it's,
Okay.
but I'll have a good idea when it's coming.
Yeah, I'm usually at home, but sometimes I go to Boston randomly, so just let me know.
Okay. So that was the table purchase. Do we have payment review?
No, that's my
Okay.
fault. I
Okay.
tried to balance it and it didn't, and I think I'm missing an event
Okay.
there. It seemed like it was like 300 off, and it just seemed odd. So I have to
Sure.
go back to the files and redo it.
Okay. All right, well, we appreciate you trying to keep up on top of that.
Yep.
And reconciling it. That's important that
I like
we have
that.
that step. Ted Williams Camp updates.
As
Mr. Nolan?
was mentioned earlier, we got the bill for the bunker rake, but it's still not here. We had a little problem with the Massey Ferguson this week, but Mike fixed it. It was just a hose, thankfully. The Massey Ferguson is a big yellow tractor that pulls the gang mowers.
That does the bulk of the mowing.
So we'd be in tough shape without that.
What day was that? What day, Thursday?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I
Sounds
painted the
alright.
fields on this weekend,
Yeah,
Didn't get that feeling.
Thursday, Friday.
yeah.
Trying to think of what else we have going on here.
The timers for the lights.
Oh, right. Well, did we report on that last time?
Did we?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think
you
so.
did.
Oh, okay.
Kevin did them?
Yep.
I will say that I haven't seen anybody trying to break into it, and they
Yep.
seem to be working fine.
Timers seem to be
Don't let
working.
Scotty near him. Stay away from him.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. Will do.
Other than that, I don't have anything going on.
I just got a couple things to add. I've been, as we talked about at the, I think, prior meeting and the meeting before that, signage for smoking and non-smoking. I ordered them. Some are coming from here, some are coming from there, some are coming from there. So some came in, some are being delivered, and some haven't been shipped yet. But I did get the other smoker's butt thing that came in today. And I'm gonna wait till I get everything, so I can come in and put the things there, so it's out there, and then close, because what's happening is this back door, they're going out the back door, and the back door's a mess. We're gonna have to replace it. Because they go out, they peg it open, they're in and out, they're in and out, they're in and out. And in the wintertime, the foam sealant just keeps ripping off, and we're saying fire exit only, and we come in and the door's open. So, there's gonna be a sign right there at the door, no smoking here. Gonna be a sign for the front, no smoking within 25 feet of any doors. And then we'll put green and white signs out here in the trees, and the same on the other side. So, I don't know,
Designated smoking area.
designated smoking areas.
Nice.
So, and then the next task will be dealing with those doors. That's not gonna be cheap. Let's see, what else?
It just made me think of, talking about signage.
Yep,
you guys are working on the handicap signs, I know, you
Yep.
and Nate.
Yep.
But there's also, that brings us to the question of those walkways. Now,
Walkways.
Going
from that area where they're gonna put the handicap signs
to here.
over to here.
Yep.
And should I call this guy that supposedly owes us for it, or?
You can if you want to. I was gonna have Nellie, I'm looking right at her, Nellie, get us the information, because there were two of them. There was, I believe, one of the Looney girls and Tommy Leonard, and I don't know if we got his information.
We did.
Okay.
And I tried, but he never got back to me.
Okay, well, the next
You
step
know
will
him
be,
if you wanna.
I just know who he
Well,
is.
yeah, give me the information and I'll see
I
what
can
their,
call- I
we
can
can
call
at least see
Tim,
what
too.
their intention is, if they are gonna do it. If not, we're gonna have to contract something.
Right, because we gotta get something, because if, that's where the handicap spots will go here for the building, will be in that other parking lot. So they're right up in the front of the parking lot. If we put them there, we gotta have access to the building. So, back a couple of years ago, they did a fundraiser, and they, 3 years ago, they did the walkway here and they put in the fire pit. So I mean, they gave us more than what it was gonna cost to run the event. I think that's when I first came on the board. And then they came back again for a Looney Legacy Foundation thing, and so we asked them to do the same thing. We asked them to come back into the next meeting. We'd come up with some ideas. We haven't seen them since. So we're gonna track them down, because there was 2 projects, and I think this one's the most important one at this point. One was, if you go over by the gazebo, the other side could have used a walkway going down, but we feel this is more important, to get a walkway coming in from that parking lot that would kind of come, and one would go to the CW room, to that door, because there's nothing now, and then another one parallel the front of the building and meet up with the existing walkway, rather than having them walk all the way out and around. I mean, you get a handicapped
On the
person.
street.
On the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So we're still trying to track them down to
So
get that.
Scott, is that the same Looney Foundation that has the
Yep.
softball tournament?
Yep, but it's just a different person running it.
Okay, Peter does the softball. But I mean, they had something here as well?
They had an event here and rented the whole hall in this room and that room, and they had a whole big thing and raffles and a big to-do. That was the deal. They were supposed to give us some work that was more than equal to the cost. Tommy works in Middleborough. I tried to call him one time too. He works for his cousin. Not his cousin, his stepbrother, Timmy Delarocco.
I think that's where I tried to contact him.
Yep.
And there was no
Yep.
go.
Well, I mentioned it to Tim. I mentioned something to Tim. And so Tim's supposed to fix the Alexander Gamache playground sign. But that was a month ago, so I think I gotta give him another call. And I can ask him about that too, but still trying to follow up, Mike.
Okay.
Two of us trying is better than none.
Well, I know, yeah, right, I know that you've been working with Nate to place those signs and stuff.
Right, still working on that.
Yeah. And I thought he said that Franklin was gonna line that parking lot?
I don't believe it's Franklin. They have a company that comes in and does it.
Okay.
And
But Franklin
I
has a
tried
contract.
to piggyback when they did the other town hall places, and it just fell through, but,
Okay, well, it might be that Franklin has the contact.
and that could be Franklin as the
Okay.
contact. That sounds more like it. Yep.
Okay.
Sports, so the only sports group that we're waiting on is pickleball.
It's just pickleball.
So everybody else is paid in contracts and agreements, and insurance binders.
Yes,
Good.
everybody's really,
Good.
all the electric is
Good.
in and
Good.
it's
Oh,
perfect.
Nice job.
I did find that electric,
That
just,
really makes a difference.
it's in the detail, he put it as a credit to electric instead of
the-
income. If
to
you look
the
at- if you look in the
expense
detail-
account?
Yep, if you look in the detail, I have it here, I'll show it to you.
Okay.
He put it as a credit to the electric
Because
expense.
I was trying, and I don't think there's a way to pull
But we should-
detail
we
for the
should-
revenues.
We should put another bill out for this year. Well, actually, we're one behind, we've only got paid once, right? This is the third
Because
year.
They wouldn't, yeah.
This is the third year.
So yeah, we'll have to do this year's once we're.
But we should do it now for last year, and then do it at the end of this year. we've only got paid once,
Right,
and this is the third year.
okay. I'll talk to Nate, see what's the best way to do that.
Because he said he was gonna get it out of the budget, their budget, and put it in his budget.
Yeah,
But we still get the original one that we're not getting paid for.
right.
So, real quick, on any sports, so horseshoes we know about.
Yeah, we just gotta get the
I'll do
tournament
that.
information.
Yep, I got that. Do you want me to just look in and, what did we approve for the price of a lemonade? Do you know?
It was in there, and I'm so sorry,
Is it like
I
a
thought you
ballpark?
had
Yeah,
one in
It was
mind.
like $150.
Yeah, yeah.
You find a decent one for, you know.
All right, want me to just look it up and do the
I
same?
saw a couple online, they were, you know, $90, $125.
All right, that's fine. I'll
And I would
figure
just-
out one.
Yeah,
And we want to do, obviously,
A full page.
8 by 12, but you want to do
Yeah.
bigger?
No, I think 8 by 10, just a
well, I
normal
mean, if you
page,
can get
right?
one without paying, going crazy.
Sure. all right.
Yeah,
And then pickleball, we know. I'll put a sign up there too, once I get that.
Pickleball, is it okay for me to update the sign now before you guys see the schedule and approve it, or do you want me to wait?
No, we want to approve the schedule.
Approve the schedule
Because the
first
schedule
and
could
then
say
we
every
can-
day, in theory, right?
Well, what they were requesting on the board was their same thing as last year, where they were going to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday.
But it's just
I thought it was
like,
just Monday, Wednesday, Friday last year.
I think there was,
Yeah,
I think what happened was that's what was stated, and then the flyer that came out had Saturday.
yeah.
so, but that's the point, right? And just like anything, AAU contract has it right in there.
Right.
Ken wrote, I want these days, practice these
Right.
games.
Yeah.
That works.
Well, I just think we need to, if they want to do Saturday, I think we still need to leave the court open.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. But we can we'll get it in writing.
Yeah,
All good.
No, I mean, that's my personal feeling.
And then, one more thing, it's probably under new business, but it's not a big deal. So Linda's been working hard on the fields. The other thing I want to laminate it for is get her a schedule.
Yep.
Because right now I'm just texting her whatever that weekend is, which is fine. But it doesn't change much. So I can get her a laminated schedule, same thing with Mike, so they know when to be here, when to do whatever.
Absolutely, great.
All good, easy. And she said, I don't know if it's a problem or not, she said a bunch of kids have been like playing in the dirt and some of the fields, it happens, I know.
What are you gonna do? I mean, it's a park, we can't keep the kids off the fields. I know what you're talking about.
Anything, but
I mean, I know what
I
you're
said
talking
I
about.
would bring it up, so.
Yeah, I know, and she's brought it up before, but what are we gonna do? Go, some little kids out there, his brother and sister are playing soccer, and mom's letting him run around, he goes over to the baseball field, and he's running around the field, rolling in the dirt, having fun,
I know.
and then, they've just break the field, but what are you gonna do? I mean, it's a park,
Yeah,
I mean, we rake it, we take care of it.
I got you.
I
just,
mean, unless someone's got a suggestion, I don't know what you're gonna do.
I said I would bring it up, so.
I mean, it doesn't really have to be completely immaculate when the next game starts, right? Because they're just gonna
Yeah.
sweep up with their own cleats when they get there.
Yep.
So, anyway, that was it.
I mean, yeah, no, I mean, it's.
I guess if we ever put up a sign, maybe we have it.
I mean, we could, I mean, if someone's got an idea what we can do, then we can do something.
No dogs, no children, no skateboarders.
Nothing.
Oh, that's it.
Okay.
For sports, I was gonna do it under correspondence, but it goes to sports. AJFC has reached out. Tim Long would like to start football starting August 5th, the usual same exact schedule as last year. Nothing changing.
But we need to see what the schedule is. I mean, we get new people, Nelly.
What is
New people on the board.
What is AJFC?
Football.
Barnacle Junior Football and
And
cheerleading.
cheerleading.
Got it. So they're gonna try to use, they have to use over here because of the lights, right?
Yeah, so what they do is they do Monday through Friday, 6 to 8, and Saturdays, 8 to 10.
Who runs
But
it?
that's in August, and then September, it changes to Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, 5:30 to 7:30.
But what field is that on though?
All of them. Field one mainly,
Field 1 outfield.
yep, and the outside of field two, because now
So
there's a
do me a
fence.
favor, it's gotta go into the August, I haven't done August yet, so it's gotta go into the August.
Okay,
So just send me that, contact info, I'll reach out.
okay,
Can I
great.
request that we have them come in?
And that was gonna
Yeah,
be
they should.
he reached out and said, let me see if they need to see you.
Well,
Instead of
we
trying
need
to
something
rush
in
it.
writing, not just the same as last year. We've got new people on the board, we need to see things in writing.
How is it different than any other team coming in?
Right, it should be the same as every other team comes in.
Contracts,
It's just that in this time of year, they're really the only one.
They really are. Yeah.
So we don't have a big
It's gonna be
meeting.
baseball in August though, right? No?
There might be a tournament team or two. It's very little play.
Okay.
I mean, they do start a fall ball but that's not till September.
Okay.
You know,
Well,
you
I would
have,
like to have them to come in because I like to speak to them about the fields.
yeah, I mean, the deal is that you were supposed to give us money for seed to oversee them, and they've never done it.
Yeah.
Well, getting beat up.
We spent almost $3,000
In seed.
this spring on fertilizer and seed.
Just on those fields.
Just to
Really?
try to get them back,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay
There
then.
was an agreement back in the day.
The original
They would pay
agreement.
for that.
Right, was they were
haven't.
supposed to, and they never have.
What do we charge you at least per head?
We charge them the same as everybody else.
Okay.
Maybe we should,
A little bit more for, you know, we
I
should
mean-
put some on here for the field.
Well, let me ask you a rhetorical question. So, or maybe it's not a rhetorical question, but what if soccer, let's say it rains every day, they're out there playing, they rip the whole fields up.
Yep.
They'd probably pay for that, right?
in the past, soccer paid for it.
If they didn't pay for it, it would fall on us though.
It would. But that's I mean,
It's a gray area.
right, it is a gray area. The problem is every year those fields get beat up.
Right, and I think we have, I would like to voice my opinion on the matter, so.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, it's fine.
Have them come into the next
You know.
meeting, please.
Yes.
They're-
and
they're
just
With
to
a,
move
with
on-
a,
They're
with a
different.
contract, insurance, and a request for times in writing.
Yeah, so they don't know.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay,
That's
that's
no
fine.
problem.
So
I
we're
can,
asking.
and same fee, because we're not
We're
adjusting
limited.
fees for
We're
this year for
limited.
anybody, so I'll send
Well-
the contract with the 15.
They can't
Well,
go like field
You gotta talk
five.
about, you gotta talk about the field.
I mean, that's the question right now, and we should probably talk about that before
Maybe
we.
they can.
Before I give them a contract.
Yep. Are you guys still comfortable with the $15 a head? Which was what, about 200 kids? How much did we get from them last year?
Last year's fee was, half.
$3 grand then.
200 some kids? Between cheerleaders and football players.
In total was $1,905.
1,900?
Yep,
Really?
yep, that's what they gave
And I
us
just want
last
to point
year.
out to them that, we've run it 1,900, and it cost us 3,000 to fix it. The other thing is, in the year past, I don't know if they do this, they were asking us to use those fields for games if they were rained out in their other one.
No. Right, so they're gonna not play on their field that they didn't contribute any money to us, and they're gonna come down here and beat up on our field? I say the answer, that's my take, no.
Well, they had in the past. I remember the high school wouldn't let them use the fields if it was raining at all.
So they came down here.
They came
They
down.
have
They
their
played
own
here.
What the hell of us?
field. They have their field.
But now they have their own whole facility,
Yeah,
which is awesome. It's great for them.
yeah, they should practice down there too.
Would they be able to
I think,
rotate
you know,
which
the reason they
fields they
want
can
to
practice
say
soccer?
Yeah, the problem is.
The problem is the lights.
Yeah.
But you know what though, we could probably get away with doing something in August on field 5. We'll figure it out, but maybe we can rotate them out, start beat up those fields so much. It's probably a snowball effect.
Right, we're just gonna, yep.
You could throw them at 5 and.
Well, as I said, it's, they have new boards rolling over all the time too.
Yeah.
I'd just like to make them aware of the cost
Yeah.
that it
Hey, we could definitely have a
incurring.
discussion, recoup some of the losses here. If it's $3 grand to reseed thing, I think we definitely have to
Yeah.
ask them for some money.
Yeah, I mean, we don't put 3,000 into the soccer fields each year. I mean, we fertilize them like we do all the fields.
Do they foot that bill though?
Huh?
Does soccer foot that bill?
But that's fertilizing all the fields, not just soccer.
No, let's say soccer gets beat up
Yep,
and they said, this is terrible.
Yep.
And they would probably pay for it.
Yep.
They
Precedent of them
actually do
paying
it
for
themselves generally.
yeah,
Well, that's my point, right?
Like when the irrigation system wasn't reaching all the spots, they actually got an, irrigation.
Well, that's my point, right?
Yeah.
If it's not a
They
suitable
take
condition, they take it
responsibility,
over.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Outside of the fees.
I'm not saying that I don't want football here or anything like that. I'm just saying that I think they should be aware of,
I
they
didn't
come
know
in
until
here
you
and
just
they
said
trample it. No, you don't know unless you.
No, it's a good excuse for a discussion.
Okay, so have them come to the next meeting. Justin, do you want his contact information to reach out prior, or?
Yeah, because I need this, at the very least on the schedule.
Yeah,
So-
okay, great.
so are we willing just to stay with the $15 and talk to them about it, or what?
Do we have to, can we table it until we talk to them?
Well, I mean, she's gonna send him a contract request, and the contract request comes with a price.
Yeah.
Oh, we hold off and send him a contract. He doesn't need till August, right?
No, but like anything else, we gotta remember, and I understand this because of being on boards, they're probably starting registration now. So they've got a price in mind, factoring in a $15 a head.
That's a good point.
So if we wait a month, they've definitely.
Have we ever done anything where we raised it for more than the normal cost? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they have, in the past, they have paid us extra for seed. There was an agreement several years ago that they would pay for fertilizer and seed every year. They were giving us like an extra $2,500 to do that, on top of the 50.
I think we need to go back to that. We need to look at that again, for sure.
Well,
I think that's the better way to do it, because we're gonna pick a number and say
Okay.
25.
That's why I'm throwing it out there.
The only challenge I have is if you start down that path, it's a different, setting a whole different standard versus the expectation of taking care of things that are.
But the fields also take a beating more than anybody else.
No, I understand. I'm saying,
Since they have other fields available to them, if we put that in the contract, they may just decide to use their other fields.
Oh, no.
They don't have lights down there though, Jesse.
Just for games.
Lights is bigger.
Okay, no, that's fine. So, invite them in, we'll talk to
Write
them.
them in, have them bring insurance, but
but just, I would say, tell them that
Pause
we
the
can't send them the contract because
we will
we need to
discuss.
figure out the pricing, and it may be a little different than last year.
Okay.
I think is that vague enough that
That's vague enough. Vague enough for me.
we wanna figure it out?
Okay.
Okay,
I'm sure they'll show up.
John Pond Park.
Okay, a lot of stuff. We get a big tournament going on this weekend. Big. From what I'm looking at, it's like about 18 teams gonna be there. So I got a list of, I wanted to give them a final pricing, but I'm looking at the schedule, the list you had last time, Mike. And I'm trying to see what we do this year. Last year, we charged them $650 for the whole thing, so you can tell. It was broken down, like tournament fee was $300. I think it was, we said $2 a head, right?
We had to estimate that,
Yeah.
because I didn't get a
I'm
list.
guessing 18 teams, I said 12 kids a team.
Right.
And by $2, it's about 400 some odd dollars, like
Right.
420, so, and
Yeah, $430, huh?
so I was gonna put all that, add in there, see what it comes up to be. The porta potties, we got 2 down there, the other one, I don't know if it's gonna be running this weekend, the new one.
You know, I
So-
was thinking about that. I mean,
Just bring in 2 other, porta potties,
Yeah.
4 there or something, and bag the new one, or what do you wanna do there? Because then I'm also.
bring it in and charge it to them.
That's what we did last time.
Because in the new one, someone's gonna have those supplies there, they're gonna go through those like crazy. So I'm just wondering if we just go
keep it
with.
locked. That's my feeling for the tournament.
I know we're not gonna have the town electrician in there in time. And I don't know if did Dominic get back to you?
He did, he said he was gonna try to get down there Tuesday or Thursday, those are his only opening times.
Yeah.
That may
So
be just to
if he-
look at it, he may not be able to get it done.
Right, so if he goes down Tuesday and then does it on Thursday, then that means, that gives us Friday to get them,
We don't even have the-
to get it hooked up, get every, I mean,
We don't even have
it's
the-
a whole process.
Too, right?
Right, we don't even have the, I mean, there's certain like it's a low sud soap, we don't even have that.
No.
I think we keep it
how long do we need to
closed
get the porta potties?
Yeah.
and rent a porta potty and charge it to them.
So we'll
Yeah.
get, we'll get 2 there.
Yeah.
I think we get maybe 2 more?
Yeah, just call, you only need a day or 2, just call and say you got an event this weekend.
Who's the contact there?
It's right on the,
Right on the side of the porta
Mr.
potty.
Cesspool.
Mr.
It's just
Cesspool.
Mr. Sessions.
Call up and say, hello, Mr. Cesspool?
Is this Mr. or Mrs. Espo?
So how much is it for 4 porta potties then, you know? I mean, we get
Well,
2
we're paying-
there, so we're
we're
What did I charge him last year?
It was 270 in total. They were charged last year.
Porta potty? Okay.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna come in and they're gonna tell them that you want them cleaned
Yep.
on Saturday.
And we charged them for the extra cleaning, yes.
So they're gonna pump them between because the tournament starts 7:30 on Saturday morning, so we're gonna be in there
Tell
pumping
them to
them.
come in Saturday night or early Sunday morning and clean them. Trust me, with that many people.
No, I hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mr. Cesspool, I'll
I'd say
give him a
Saturday
call.
night, yeah, yep.
So I would charge them at least that 270.
Okay, so could we add 2 more?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would,
Mr. Cesspool does those too. He puts 2
Yeah.
more there?
Right.
Yeah,
So-
just tell them what's going on. He did it last year. He was the easiest part of the whole thing.
Okay. So are we gonna stay with 270 on that one there?
Well, he's probably gonna charge us $100 to rent 2 more. And then they're gonna charge us
I know last year's pump out was $50.
Yeah, because they
Yeah,
did
so-
2 cleanings and it was $50 in total, 25 each cleaning.
right, it's gonna be $100 apiece for the weekend.
And
I
it was
remember renting one, it was $110.
$135.
So you say $200 to rent them,
Probably
probably
$300.
$200.
And you're gonna have them, all of them pumped,
Yeah.
that's $200.
Well, only 2 got pumped. pumped because the 2 new ones didn't need to be.
Right, you can drop 2 more there.
So 2 new ones you don't have to do anything with. The 2 on site were the ones that got pumped for 25 apiece.
But you want to pump them out Saturday night, you said, Sunday, because there's a lot of usage on Saturday.
Why, yeah, I think so. Why don't you give them a call, tell them you got 180 people coming,
Okay,
and,
What do you do?
what do you do? And-
Okay.
and call them, are you gonna send that bill out like,
well, I was gonna, I'll pay tomorrow then, I want to get all the numbers and send to them as soon as I
Yeah.
could. Yeah, there's a couple of things want to go down.
Yeah.
We want to get a dumpster there,
right?
10-yard dumpster. Now, is that something you can order for us?
Yeah.
I think a
Is the
10
dumpster
yarder.
not there yet?
But it's a lot of, there's no dumpster there.
There's no dumpster.
Okay.
And there's 3 barrels, who empties those barrels down there? Do you may know?
Who uses what?
That was the question I asked,
The
there's no
trash
dumpster.
barrels, who dumps them?
Yeah, we need.
Because
to get
3
more
full
done.
ones right now, they were full on Saturday after the closing ceremonies, but I didn't know who dumps
Tyler, we
it.
dug, you can
Well,
send
as
it
soon
out.
as Doug starts, the kids will dump them,
Right,
but,
we'll send the kids down there to dump them.
Until then, I mean, you get 3 full ones.
I
mean,
think the highway department's been taking care of it.
I assume so, but I don't know for sure. Now, I asked Linda if I can get 5 more barrels from here. I was gonna hook up with her on Friday, being like, could we get 5 down there? I think we're gonna need a lot more. Now, I get a thing of bags over there too to put in, because right now there's no bags in them. So it's all, it's bad dumping these things.
It's a mess.
So I was gonna ask the teams, dump your own trash, bags will be in there, you dump them yourself, throw them in the dumpster.
Yep.
But the dumpsters, I don't know how much it's gonna cost, but I think it's like $250.
They did that last year, and I'm gonna tell you, we had a 4-yarder, and it was 3 times.
That's if you get a 10-yarder, and we'll see hopefully how that works out. Maybe we need,
Yeah,
in
that's-
advance of more, hopefully that'll work.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how much should it cost to have the 4-yarder dump 3 times?
I don't, what do we charge them? I can't
We
remember.
charged for $250 last year, right?
It's like 125 a time.
It looks like it was 2-yard bi-monthly pickups at 65 apiece.
Right, but we had to have it dumped that weekend, extra.
Right, yes.
We did have a dumpster down there all summer, in the spring and
It was
summer.
only a 2-yarder?
And right now, there's no
Yeah.
dumpster down there.
No.
Yeah, it looks like all of them that we've had down there are 2-yard.
Okay. Right,
So-
if 10 will be fine. He had ordered one
Yeah.
just for that.
Yes, because they did a great job in sending an extra one for John Pond. They gave us an invoice just for that extra and for that extra pickup, so we were able to go, that's exactly your charge.
Right, and how much was that?
It was a total of only $62.50.
So how much was it gonna be for a 10-yarder? Do you have any ballpark idea?
So the 2-yard looks like it's $32.50.
Well, where'd I come up with 200?
Maybe,
Let me see.
the 250 might be me somehow, 'cause I don't know why, I wrote that 250 somewhere, I don't know where I got
Oh, a
that from.
10-yard is $250.
Maybe that's where it was from. I looked at it somewhere. So, I mean, the bills, we charged them $650 last year, it's gonna be almost double that this year,
Well,
I
yeah,
mean, I'll let them know that.
So you want a 10-yard one?
10-yarder.
Do we end up
Okay,
losing money on that this year?
for Friday.
They put it in there Friday morning.
this Friday.
This
It's not
Friday.
like we did.
Next to the porta potties,
And then do you want it out on Monday?
Monday morning, they get it out of there as soon as,
And on Friday morning, they can take it out on Monday?
yeah. Because you don't, people are gonna put the trash in,
Oh,
they
yeah,
drive
no, they're gonna
by.
fill it up.
Okay. I'll call them tomorrow.
Okay, and, I said restroom supplies, but we probably don't do all, do we need them for the porta potties?
No, they supply
It's-
us.
Yeah, I think they.
They're all supplied then, right?
But-
I was thinking we got them all, but we don't, we're not using it, so.
You know what, we might wanna bring some toilet paper, if there's gonna be that many people, we might bring some toilet paper and put it, because I stopped over there the other day when they were having their closing ceremonies, and, they said that we could store some stuff in their building, like toilet paper and stuff, extra. I said, because there's no place to store it here in the building, there's no storage. So I'm sure that, well, this is the dynamite, this is the
Yeah.
It's still a snack shack can.
yeah, they're gonna be using the snack shack, so we could, if we have Linda bring a box down there, or bring, half a dozen rolls, and put it in the snack stand.
Snack.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about,
Yeah,
Okay.
and they're gonna be in there anyhow, so.
yeah. So, gonna get barrels, get bags over there. You have those cones?
I do have some cones, yeah.
Now, I was gonna speak to the Lakeville Police Department, see if they allow us to park on both sides or just one side of the street. Because last year it was a mess, but it's a lot more people this year too, so it's gonna be a ton of people.
I don't think they're gonna like both
Then I was
sides of
gonna
the
ask
street.
Stars Markets if they allow us to park over there, any,
Do we have neighbors?
Shut it
Grass,
down.
they get a big grass
That
area.
grass is really high though.
Is it?
I'll say at least the parking lot, maybe, I didn't, think of the grass, but then parking, I'll have to ask the guy. But, I was gonna ask the police department just to make sure that they don't get calls. I was gonna put cones on one side of the street, so only park on one, but they're gonna let them parking in the settlement and down the other place,
Right.
all over the place.
Right, but I think traffic-wise, I think the police are gonna say one side.
Yeah, okay, I'll ask
I
them.
mean, it's not a wide road.
I did go this weekend and try to lay out the parking lot, how we're gonna do it, so, I'm gonna line it out Friday morning, where I think get all the cars, but then it's usually a free-for-all. I don't know if they're gonna use the other fields, or they might park down by the, down the back of the field and all that, so.
That's wet.
There'll be cars everywhere, so.
That's why,
We'll charge them and pull them out of there. Can the highway department move the stone dust pile? Can we get someone down there, there's a pile of stone dust in the parking
It's
lot.
taking up a parking spot.
What's that?
It's taking up parking.
Yeah, it's just in the way, because kids are using it for a ramp on weekends and
I saw that.
they
Too
make
bad, I should've had him do it when he was down there
pretty
the other
ingenious.
day.
I know they were down there.
And
the other
also, I
day.
want,
Yeah, the backhoe.
I like them to have, if they could move the stone dust pile and then move the telephone poles on the side, roll them out of the way, because I'm gonna be parking on the lawn over there.
Okay, he, was gonna drop some telephone poles there, I don't know if they're there or not
They
yet.
weren't there Sunday.
But he was gonna place a couple of them over by where they took those other ones out, by where the bathroom is, the new bathroom.
Okay.
He took those other ones out and then he kind of opened, he said he put a couple of them along there to keep people from parking in the field
Okay,
tree.
I just make sure they don't put them in, because I've got it planned out how I want to have people parking, but I want the old ones on the left, if you can roll them out of the way, or get rid of them, because they're on the grass, but we're gonna be parking people there on the left side, behind the fence on field one. If you could just get those poles out, there's like 4 of them. Well, there for a while, but I can't roll them. I tried, just to get other people with me, but I couldn't roll the damn things myself to get them out of the way, because that's where we're gonna be parking cars. So if they're down there, can move the pile of stone dust, maybe they can pick up those poles and move them.
Do we have anything to move them? Or is it the highway department?
Well, if they get a bucket truck
Yeah.
to move the stone dust, then they're gonna
Is it
have,
the highway department?
that's.
Well, you gotta schedule them because they're busy.
Now, they're gonna be down there on Thursday, right, for mowing the lawn?
Yeah,
Usually
but
on
they
Thursdays?
just come down with lawnmowers.
Well, I'm saying if they go down, can they, who schedules them? I mean, Mike?
They come on their own.
Yeah, you know what, I'll send you Russell's,
All right,
Franklin's contact, okay?
if you could, yeah. I'll
He
get
just
over.
needs time, I was gonna get to that when we get there, but.
Yep.
All right, if not, I'll just take some people, I'll get some people there that Friday morning, we'll roll them out of the way ourselves. But it's, the bunker rake we're not gonna have, can we get the field dragger down there, whatever you might use they can use that over the weekend?
Well, you can bring the bunker right down there.
In a
Although
perfect world, it stays there.
they use it here.
And,
They're using it here on the weekends too.
It might be, the new one might be about it.
I know, it might be.
If it's the perfect world. it's simply-
Yeah, you know what, I would
never
love
comes
to be able to bring it down there for that tournament,
That'd be ideal.
we can lock it up, that's the other thing, we talked about locking it up.
We should be able to get into that bottom
You can.
room.
Yeah, they'll put a
Yeah,
lock
you
on
can-
it, yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
it's got, the thing pushes through, and once it goes all the way through,
There's a hole in
there's a
the,
hole
in the pipe.
in the bar that you can lock in, to lock it up, but did you say you had a lock that would fit that?
yeah.
It's not, I can go, whatever, whenever we get it down there, I can do that. I'll be on Thursday and Friday this week, so I can do that, whatever. Any signage, any handicap signs? Do you have any? Have you got it all?
I don't have any, they haven't,
Maybe I'll get some put over there.
the only thing there is a couple on some, over here, they're old and tattered. We're getting all new ones here from
Yeah,
them.
I might get some blue paint, I'll mark the ground myself, I'll mark out an area then.
We should get some.
So other than that, I was gonna put all this list together, money, and I was gonna tell the guy, hey, you're gonna give us a check. Now, do they have a contract already, do you know? Did we have one on file with them?
Who is it though?
This is the Dynamites or the Drifters?
Yeah.
Not Dynamite. They came in on, was it Joe Berube back in February? I just don't know if they had a contract then.
No, they didn't. He was the coach,
Yeah, they sent him
and
to the Wolves.
he really did not know kind of what was going on. So we took a contract, and then they mailed it in. So we got the invoice first because they needed to pay that. And we did, and all we got for our contract for softball field time was that they were just requesting. They gave us no insurance, no schedule, no roster.
Oh,
Nothing.
we need an insurance binder before this tournament can happen.
Dynamite softball tournament, they just said the dates, the times, they gave us nothing. They gave us
Tell
nothing.
them they can't do it.
So we need the insurance binder from them.
We need their insurance binder.
Yeah,
They're paying
naming
for
the
the
town,
tournament.
naming the town. See, because they never dealt with us before.
They would always go through.
They would go through the
Yeah.
the softball club because their kids were playing softball and playing on.
So they just
Kind of
got
the Wild West down
combined.
there for a long
It
time.
was
So
wild
the
west.
insurance binder, did have a contract or the agreement?
The agreement.
They did sign the agreement, but they gave us they gave us the tournament agreement, yes.
Okay, well, that's.
So they signed that one, and they signed a regular season contract, but they didn't give us anything on top of that, so we had no
Well, we haven't
idea.
done it many times, right?
We had no dates, no times, no nothing. They gave us nothing.
Okay, well, they had the dates on this request for this thing here, so I think it was dates
Yes,
on.
that's what I got.
So they need the insurance binder and then they get a check for whatever we come up with.
Yes.
So the insurance binder has to name the town.
Town of Lakeville,
As
yeah.
as insured, not insured.
And if you want to give me the amounts, I can, if they need an invoice, I can build an invoice for them again.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
Okay.
Do they pay 100% in advance?
So they paid in February for last year,
Well,
right?
and that's only
They
because
didn't tell us about it last year.
we didn't even know about it last
We
year.
got a call that
They
there was a lot
just
of
did
crowds.
it.
We didn't know about this one.
What
either.
happened? Right, no, this one was kind of just, yeah,
Well, the guy, the U14 guy told me,
right.
Really?
like, what are you talking about? We had no idea.
See, the way, what's been happening over the past few years is the town softball, their kids are getting older and then they're playing on these travel teams too. So the town softball said, sure, you can come in and play, you can come in and play. They didn't know us. You know, and they gave them, I mean, Mike found it last year, he went online and found the softball schedule, and there's dynamites and drifters, dynamites and drifters, dynamites and drifters, you know. Exactly, they never came to us, they never asked us for permission, they never, so they had this tournament last year, the lady calls Mike and says, where's the other dumpster, where's the other porta john? So Mike scrambles, gets his stuff down there, and then no one paid us. So Mike had this invoice, and so finally this guy showed up in the spring, they sent a coach. Coach shows up in the springtime trying to get playing time, and Mike goes, whoa, you're not getting anything till you pay this bill. And the guy's like, I don't know what you're talking about. You know, they sent a coach down to do it.
I do know the guy who wrote us the check here. So if not, I'll give him a call, just so we say, you know, Gary, give us a check. He's the treasurer of the league.
There you go,
so-
perfect.
Yep,
so-
Treasurers hate to have unbalanced books.
yep. So that's just a little history there. So we're trying, so we've told the new softball group, there's a new group down there. We told them, no one, you give permission to no one to use the field. They have to come to us.
And they have, so lately, Mike, I did speak to Sarah St. Dawn today. I did make contact with her, so she should be all set.
Who?
Sarah St. Dawn.
Oh, good, okay.
So, well, hopefully we can make it through this weekend down there. It's gonna be kinda crazy. There's an awful lot of people gonna be down there, and that's, my fear is it's just gonna be a madhouse on Saturday down there.
Yeah,
But all the little things you're doing now with the parking, that will make it done.
Yeah.
it will.
And I'm gonna try to lay it, like Mike said, with those poles, make it permanent. Right now, I was just out there like a crazy person on Sunday with arms pain, you're trying to, because it's not a nice rectangle. So I'm trying to fit things on, I can leave an aisle for people to get
It's a
in.
little
and-
wonky.
So it's good if
And
it
you
goes the way I planned, I'll be surprised.
And you gotta think about, you know, a roadway emergency.
I got that in there,
Okay,
yeah.
no, that's good.
I did at the beginning, and that's the problem. I go, shit, I gotta get
Right, yeah.
I said, the fire engine's about, what, 3 feet wide? That'd be plenty to snake through. I said, no, you can't do that, so.
Yeah.
But the parking's gonna be kind of good. Is there any way, we don't have any maintenance people, sorry, Mike, I didn't interrupt you there.
No.
We don't have any maintenance people yet on a payroll. We can maybe someone down there on the weekend, like on Saturday, to help out with some of the trash stuff and all that?
Not yet.
Not
It'd
yet.
probably be me, but I just didn't know if anybody else
could-
around.
We will though.
You
It's
could,
perfect for Justin.
Are you gonna be around tomorrow night? Or reach out to Dougie and see if, because there's a couple of older guys.
Yeah.
And if we hire them tomorrow and they sign the paperwork, you know, there's no reason why they can't come down and get a few hours on Saturday.
I don't think any of them have had their physical or anything.
Oh, that's right, they
I
haven't.
mean, I'll get the coaches, but I'll be down this weekend anyway.
Could you possibly get the physical before the weekend?
Well, give Linda, give her a call.
Yeah, we can reach out to Linda and Bobby. I don't know, Bobby's, I tried to get schedules from those guys, it was like pulling teeth. Just to let you know.
Bobby told me that.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Well, he told me
Plus.
he's working almost every day from 3:30 to 5:30.
Right, but he could guarantee, he said he will definitely be here Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Tuesday, Thursday is, but that's what I told him. I says, you know, for scheduling purposes, we need to know when you guys are gonna be here. And I think we need to rein him in on that and say, you know,
I don't have a problem.
What
Yeah.
about Joe?
what?
What about Joe, our new employee?
Just started today.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll probably have his 30 hours in by then.
Okay.
What about if we offer to let them use clip-on parking?
For parking?
Yeah.
We could do
I
that.
don't know, would they want to go all the way down there? I mean, you know, people.
Well, I mean, they'd have to shuttle people back and forth,
Yeah.
but
I'll mention it to the folks, the Dynamite folks, see what they say. I'll speak to the guy at Stars, I'll speak to him, you know, to meet on the way home.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get people to do stars, that'll probably work.
Yeah.
that'd be better.
That would be, you know, much better.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of any other place other.
But like I said, you know, last time they're parking in a settlement and it didn't go well.
Yeah, no,
It was-
sure. No.
These people aren't the most polite, obviously, when they park on your lawn, you know?
No, yeah, because they probably get an irrigation system and they're
Yeah.
driving all over it. No, I can
And they
understand
can work
that.
with the mail people too, because now they can't get at the
Right.
mailboxes on Bond Street.
Right.
Read about that last time too.
Right, so I think you definitely want to
So I'll be
try and
delivering the
limit it
mail
to one
this
side.
weekend. Yeah.
Limit it to one
Yeah,
side.
I plan on doing it one side, but maybe put cones up on one side, but you know, they might.
No, I know how people are. And I got probably a dozen cones, so.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if there's any more here. There might be some here that you could borrow.
I'll ask Linda too.
And just giving the police department a heads up.
Yeah, I was gonna go see them, if not today,
Because I
tomorrow.
think last year they got a call, like complaints and.
Right.
And then we got a call.
And then we get calls.
And they're like, what are you talking about?
It's like,
Sometimes they don't force them to have the detail there. Sometimes I've heard if there's more than 75 people, they have to have the detail or something.
That'd be good to know.
Yeah, I'll find out.
If they come by and they tell us that, then we'll know in the future that they'll have to pay for a cop. I mean, you know.
Actually, it'd be a huge, it would save so many headaches if you had to.
Totally, absolutely. It really would. I'll be around. I got a graduation party on Saturday, but I'm gonna be around in Lakeville.
I'll be down there.
If you need me for anything?
All right, fine, I'll be down there.
You know?
The problem is if I'm coming and going, I won't be at the park when I get there. You know, it's like, what am I gonna do?
Just, you know, I'll
But
be.
yeah,
and
well, it's
I'll
not
be
my
around.
except, but
Yeah, no,
the biggest thing is the trash. I wanna make sure we get that cleaned up at the end of the night. I'll see if
Yeah.
coaches do
I mean,
that.
you know, if it's in bags, I can throw some in my truck and bring it down here if I need to.
Yeah,
you know.
well, I mean, 10 guys should be enough.
As I have done it with open barrels of trash, and I had to go back and pick it up one time because the dumpster wasn't in yet, and I took the trash barrels from there and brought them here.
Mike, on the snack shack over there, the water, the sink, is that something that could be turned on? 'Cause I was in there this weekend, they weren't working.
That has to be, well, no, you're talking about
The sink's in the snack shack.
There's
a little
a
sink there.
spigot outside.
there's a sink in there that's a hand wash station. You bring your own water
Is that
to.
what it is? Okay, 'cause I
Yeah.
see the jug underneath, I said, I thought that was what it might have been.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that's gonna go down to Clay Pond anyway.
Yeah.
As far as I know, there is no water in
Okay.
the, now the spigot is there. There's a spigot.
Outside they had the hose there, yeah.
Yeah. This hose.
There's a whole thing with the water and it's not like, it's the bathroom thing and it's.
Yeah. All right.
Are you done?
Oh, yeah.
Are you
That's a
through?
decent amount.
I'm done.
I just want to touch base on the bathroom delivery review real quick. Just talked to Scott. He spoke to the secondary electrician because the town electrician is on vacation. And he's gonna come either tomorrow or Thursday. What we need to do is, I opened up the box that's on that pedestal, and inside is just like 6 breakers. There's 4 110 plugs along the bottom, and there's 6 breakers. So one of those, probably 2 of those has to be converted to a 50 amp and put a 50 amp plug outside.
Okay.
It's not a huge job, but then we gotta get a cord, like a 25-foot cord to go over to the thing. But once that happens, we have the water and once we have electricity, we can start. There's a whole process to get that thing set up though.
Right.
The instructions are 18 pages long, so.
Is it on the pad okay?
Oh,
yeah,
that was the other thing.
yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Franklin in the highway department came down and bailed us out really big time. Because when the guy came to deliver it, It, it just, he was in a pickup truck and it was a disaster. He didn't know what he was doing. Plus the pad wasn't packed down enough.
Yeah, it's just sunken.
Yeah, it sunk right in.
Oh, right, so it was a mess.
We just had him drop it and just leave it. And when, I called up Franklin and he came down the next day or 2 days later with the compactor, roller compactor they had, and they straightened that all out, compacted it down, and then he sent for the backhoe, and the backhoe actually picked it up with a chain and put it in place with a backhoe.
Really?
So it's exactly in the right place.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's on the pad and the ramp comes out, it's in good shape, it's in a good spot.
Yeah, he did that right. So I asked Nellie during the week to put on our page, our Facebook page, thanking the highway department. And I saw that you did that, so thank you.
Yes, absolutely.
So that's where we're at. We're just waiting for the electrician now. It'll be in by
This is Blue Ball.
Halloween.
Blue Ball tournament?
The Blue Broad Tournament request, yes, they've sent in their request.
Is that
Joe has
Louis?
a copy.
This is Looney Legacy Foundation.
Oh, is it? It's Lisa.
Looney,
That's right.
that's her maiden name.
I'm sorry.
Kalisa.
Yes, that's why it always gets me,
Yep.
is that she uses her married name is different.
Well,
so.
we can start with her. I mean, Tommy was the one who said he was gonna do the work, but she was with him when they came for the party. So if you have her contact, that's a start, if you don't have Tommy's contact.
So are they all together in this, Peter and,
Well, not necessarily Peter, it was Tommy Lennon, the Looney girls,
Lisa, yeah,
Lisa, and the brother, Scott.
right?
Scott was, at one point, he was the contact for the tournament, but I think the sister's been the last couple of years.
Well, Peter did last year.
Peter,
Is it Peter Looney?
no, he's.
Scott.
Scott Looney.
Scott.
Scott Looney's the one that's
Scott Looney.
been the guy that's really run the tournament.
Okay, he was the one that I spoke to last year.
Yep.
But what I'm asking is, would they be the people to talk to about,
Well, but it was Tommy Lennon was the one who sat here and said that he would do the work
okay,
to get it for nothing.
what's his relationship? Cousin or something?
His last name is Leonard, but he's a Delarocco. He's Timmy and Peter's stepbrother.
Gotcha. And he works with Timmy?
And he works for Timmy
Okay,
down there in Middleborough.
okay. All right, I just know.
So Tommy was the one, and we asked him to come back in. We had a couple of things in, and we were gonna iron it out, and we tried contacting, and we never got anything back from him. So nothing got done, because there's two things. There was that, and then the circle pack
Yeah.
was part of the deal, was supposed to be a circle pack around the fireplace that never got done.
Okay. So anyway, this Blue Ball tournament, Joe, was no problem at all last year. They
That's
did
like
everything.
That's like in August too,
August.
right?
So their request is for August 10th and 11th.
Yeah, they're real good.
Yeah.
Real good to deal with.
Yeah.
So do you want Lisa's information to try to start with her? Or?
Sure.
If you get Tommy's would be,
get
Tommy's the
Scott's
one.
too.
I'll have to see what I have for Tommy.
Okay, but give
Because I
him
had
Lisa.
pulled information for that.
Yeah, because Lisa
I'll take a look.
must be able to give him Tommy's,
Right.
because I called to work. That's what I did. I stopped in one time, he wasn't there.
I did have another question here on the Drifters softball. Ms. St. John would like to use the fields down there Monday through Thursday nights for practices. What about charging? What do we? Let's see,
Blue
just
Ball, isn't Blue
No,
Ball-
this is blue ball, this is softball.
I know, isn't Blue Ball playing?
No, but we might use field 3. She just doesn't, they don't use fields 1 and 2. We might allow them to use field 3.
Leave it on there.
It's doable for what they need. I told her about it, and she says she should take any field. I said, okay, maybe you have field 3, but they can't have 1 and 2. She knows
Okay.
blue ball's there.
So they want, how much do they want? What are they looking for?
Monday through Thursday, 4 nights per week.
It's just like pickleball, they gotta have a contract.
Till mid-August.
They gotta pay per head.
I'm just saying, so 4 nights at 2 hours, so they're looking for, I'm just saying, say 8 hours a week.
Mm-hmm.
For how long?
Till mid-August.
From when?
Now,
Starting now, so half of June, July, and half of August, so for 2 months.
2 months, yeah.
I don't know, what do you guys, I mean, we normally charge
charge, I know the thing is, it's multiple teams.
Yeah.
Because we normally charge $15 a head, but it's different teams.
Oh, what was for AAU?
Well, it's changed. First you said it was just her team, then now
Right.
you're saying it's other teams?
Well, she just says the Drifter Softball Organization, they want to use the fields Monday through Thursday night.
So here's how I would look at it. I would look at it as that each night, there's a team on the field. So that would be, to me, that would be 4 teams of a dozen kids. So that's 48 times 15. I'm starting here. That's where I'm starting.
What's AAU? AAU is more than that, right?
Yeah, I mean, at least $15 a kid isn't fair.
AAU
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Class A.
So if it's 4 nights, it's at least 4 teams. At least 4 times 12.
It's the same problem.
Right, it's 48 times, I'm just saying.
Yeah, 600.
Times $15 is $720.
For AAU.
AAU 600, it's in the same ballpark. Same concept.
So do you want to see $600? Well, but that's per team. This is total.
That's true.
This is total at $15 a kid.
But it's only one field, which is nice. So they're limited to how they can use it.
Right, right.
Instead
And
of-
they're
instead
looking
of
for
5
practice, they're
games.
not looking for games.
Correct.
We've always been a little more lenient with practice time.
Yep.
I'll find for how many people there, I think it's just for the practices she wanted for, it's no games.
Right.
So,
So I mean.
we'll go $15.
This is a starting point.
Yeah.
I mean, I went, so, all right, so maybe not 4 teams, maybe it's 2 teams, twice a week, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it'd be half of that, that would be 360.
There's 2 pricing structures, Joe. There's the pricing structure of pickleball, lacrosse,
Right. The
whatever
in-town
Freetown,
programs.
that you pay per head, $15 a head, so that's kind of like tier 1.
Yeah.
And then for AAU baseball, there's flat fees that we charge, and it's what, $600 a team.
Right.
But that's based on
Well,
how much
really,
they use it, how many
that's what
teams
they-
there are, and blah, blah, blah.
They're all paying to
Games,
play, too.
Mostly games.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's any, and that's like $600, so it's really like anything in there is probably fair.
You know, so I mean, if you've asked her how many teams are playing,
Yeah.
I don't know, $500 a team?
Yeah, something that's
I
close
don't know.
enough. That's the way I would do it.
I'll get the details, no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, will do.
I mean, I was just trying to give a starting point. We can go higher or lower,
Yeah.
use the
But I'm okay
AAU.
doing $15 a head if it comes out to, if it's more expensive or less expensive. Either way, whatever, we'll
Yeah.
see what they say.
Yeah. Okay, Route 18 fields. Anything going there? The bid's out,
The bid is out due on
the 13th.
13th.
It's like 3 days?
Yep.
Wow.
Decision, they had a site walk on the 4th.
There were
Scott
2, yep,
Scott came down.
2 people came
To look through it?
to look at it.
Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, but that wasn't any of the local people that have already looked at it,
Got it.
because I didn't even have the bid at that point.
Now, do you know if she sent it out to those? We should, I mean,
I don't know how I can confirm that, but yeah.
other than asking her, do you want me to ask
Yeah,
her?
no, I have to talk to her anyway.
Okay.
I want to get the second bid rolling
Yeah.
now.
Yep, because we know it's gonna take time.
Yeah, I don't have time tomorrow, and I probably might have a little time on Wednesday, so
Oh, for the second field?
try to get down there. What?
For the second field.
Yeah, well, I gotta talk to her about the second field. I want to know also, she told me that the bids are gonna be coming in on the 13th. Are we gonna see them? Am I gonna see them to review them, or are they just gonna have to, she says the selectmen will choose
Yeah, isn't
the
that the way?
bid on
Yeah.
the 17th.
It's all.
Yeah, but didn't we make a recommendation?
We did make a recommendation on the bathrooms, but I
Right,
don't
so-
know if they're asking me for that, for this or
Should be the
not.
same thing.
But, so we did see the bids for the last one, for the bathroom, didn't we?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no,
So I'm hoping
absolutely,
Yeah,
check with her.
There is something with a blind bid though, right? Isn't that a thing?
Right, but we still don't have to take the lowest bid.
No, I know, but, right, oh, the
If we
blind
can-
bid's in the price.
right. If you can prove that it's not,
Right.
they can't provide you what you were
Right, right,
specified.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah, makes sense.
I don't, if they will do the work, they can do the work.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
There was a list of questions that she had
Oh.
sent me, and I answered
Okay, good.
best I could. They were asking about what the loom was gonna be, mixed with, what constituted organics. I think one of them was concerned that we were gonna bring down manure. Didn't wanna deal with manure.
No, okay.
So, the organics are just gonna be compost from the dump, thank you. Anyway, so that's, I mean, we should know 13th, who bid it at least.
Yep.
Okay. Dan called DM Welling today and dealt with DM Well Drilling today, and I did not hear back from him, so I'm assuming the guy, that has to be done by the end of June.
We have to have bill in hand.
Right.
We need to know.
Right. So, apparently he told Dan there would be no problem, but, yeah, I don't know.
We haven't heard from him in over a month.
Right. So I don't know how many times Dan has called him. I think he's called him several times,
Yep,
but,
yep.
Can we encumber funds if we estimate it?
I think we have to have the work done and an invoice, and, I mean, we have to,
It's gotta be done. But isn't it part of, because it came out of that special town request, that we don't have to have it done by that time?
true. True, we don't. We will have $75,000.
Right. We just-
But we're banking on that for the 2 fields.
No, I know.
We can always go back to town meeting, because we'll have more retained earnings when certain things get rolled over.
yeah. So that's what's happening over there.
Okay. Any outstanding items from prior meetings? I'm just gonna go over a couple of things. I'm just gonna rattle them off. We did hire Joe Resendes. He started work today. I told you about the Boy Scouts, everything went okay. I reached out to Dan about the AED machine supplies that we need. I said we need some battery packs, and we need the tabs, you know, the stickers that go on you. And he responded back to me today. He said, I'll order what you need. So that's a case of putting a box. I don't know where Dougie wants to put it, but there's gonna be one down at John Pond that they will take out and bring in at night. I mean, take that back, Clear Pond, John Pond. We have one, but I can't give it to anybody because we don't have all the supplies. And then we wanna put one out here, and we wanna put one in the building here. And we definitely have to get, one of them, the batteries are old and no good. The others are 3 new ones, but it's only 1 battery pack. I think the fire department helped themselves, not realizing that they weren't theirs. I truly believe that. Anyhow, the repairs to the bathroom, I believe, got done by the plumber. There was a urinal in the sinks in the ladies' room.
Yep, they're all fixed up.
That's all squared away. I just wanna, I didn't have it crossed out on my thing here. Repaired the box for the timers, that's all set. The smoker's butt thing came today. I gotta pick up a first aid kit here for the lodge. We had okayed it before, it's like $25, but it's a decent little kit. We talked about the tables. I'm gonna save this other one for the end here. Did anybody talk to Mark Clerk about the basketball courts? Do you know, Mike, did you know if?
What's wrong?
I did talk to him. He was gonna reach out to Dan as far as
Okay,
helping him set up the 5013C.
that's right, yeah,
And I don't know
okay,
if Dan called him or he called Dan.
okay.
What is this?
I'll find out though.
Set up a basketball league?
No, it just,
Yeah.
yeah, actually, they wanna use the court, and they already replaced the backboards and the nets.
Yep.
It's the same group, and they've got the signs out there, and they're raising money to help
Oh, okay.
repair the courts, but they want to be able to use the courts when they're done.
Got it.
I'm working on the cable prices. I mean, I do have a cable price estimate, but I don't know what that gets us.
Yep.
I asked to find out, you know, what's in the basic package. Sometimes there are sports channels in the basic package, sometimes there aren't. Lorraine said she'd get back to me. I asked her today, she said she'd reach out again. So that's not a big problem. Hand dryers, the karate studio is gonna have an electrician install 2 of them in the karate studio, which where we had bought some of them to go. The outside electrician had said he could do the ones at Clear Pond, but it might be to the tune of $1,000. I don't know how you guys want to move forward on that,
What was it for?
for the hand dryers at Clear Pond.
To install?
Install them, because he has to run a line in.
What does Doug think?
I haven't really talked to Doug about it.
I think the whole purpose was not.
We bought them to
always-
get away from the paper towels in the septic system. Maybe we can wait till after July and have them done in the new year.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, what's the budget look like?
Well, that's my concern, I'm trying to, I do have it here.
We've gotten away with it there forever.
Yep.
Right?
So maybe we can table it and go for it in July, I'll just have the electrician put it on his to-do list.
Yeah.
Handicap signs are still in process. Yeah. And that's about it. The only other thing was, this board, seeing that the pickleball group did not repaint. Here's what happened. Well, I'm just gonna explain to the guys who weren't here. They were chalking out the fields and putting tape down and that was becoming a pain in the neck for them. So we told them they could paint 2 pickleball courts on the ones closest to the senior center, which is where they all come in.
One tennis court.
1 tennis court. And that they could outline dots, the second one, and nothing on the one closest to our side. They painted them all over the tennis court markings.
But there was like steps, right? One year they painted 2.
Well,
then they don't paint 2.
Right, they had done the one and then they painted the other 2 the next year. And then they're like, so we asked them then to paint it back to a tennis, well, that's gonna cost a lot of money. And, well, I mean, you shouldn't have done it without getting permission. I asked them tonight if they were what their intention was repainting the tennis court, and, well, no. So, this board voted for me to spend $250 to buy paint, and I'll get it painted. If I have to do it myself, it'll look like crap, but this board voted that we wanted 1 tennis court to be tennis only. And then a court in the middle that can be done both, and then we let them use and paint the far one. That was what was voted on this board. I was allowed $250 to $300. I went online and got pricing for the orange and the green. They come in 5-gallon pails, and the white comes in a gallon pail. And it was gonna be a little over, I was gonna say it was gonna be between $500 and $600. I don't know how far that's gonna go, you know what I mean? I don't know how much it'll do. I mean, it might do more than 1 quart, it might not.
So when you say they painted them over, are they no longer usable for tennis?
Well, they just didn't paint the tennis lines.
Right, you had your tennis lines which were weak, they were weak to
That's what
begin
it
with.
is.
Yeah.
You can't tell it's tennis, so that's all it is.
So what they did was they went in here and painted in here
That specific?
a bright green.
Yeah.
So it
And
looks
over the tennis lines.
So you're serving tennis, there's no square there anymore?
Well, I mean, there's an outline.
There's like a thin line, like, right? Am I right? Like that?
Yeah, like that, right. There's nothing in the middle because they painted over everything in the middle with this, a green like this, to put a pickleball court in the middle of the tennis court. I'm not sure exactly where it is, but, so we asked them to paint it back and you saw the answer tonight.
Why do they need to do all that? Why couldn't they just paint out lines?
That's the $1 million question.
Well, but that's what we gave them permission to do, was to paint the far court,
Yeah,
leave the middle court and put dotted lines,
yeah, that makes sense.
right? So everybody can use it, and leave this one alone. And they painted
So when
all
I walk through it with them, we'll go through all this stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
three.
But what the outcome will be is, hey, we have to paint one of these. They're all painted right now, right?
They're all, now there's 6 courts,
So,
and they're all painted pickleball.
So the board already voted on it before, I think even before they painted it, right?
Well, no, we voted on it after they painted it because they refused to.
Okay, regardless we voted
Right.
for it, right?
Right.
We budgeted, fine. So I'll talk about all that stuff. Don't freak out what I'll do with it.
Yeah. So, I mean, we can wait I mean, but it was like $500 to $600 to buy 5 gallons of red, 5 gallons of green, and a gallon of white.
Okay.
So we can wait on it, whatever you guys want to do.
Well, let me walk through it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But to me, the most important thing, to go, put that back on the side,
Yep.
is whether they're dotted lines or there or not there, whatever, that it's pretty clear to anybody that walks up that it's both. That's
Right,
the most
and that's
important thing.
That's the whole thing.
And it's not right now, that's fine,
And I mean, because
to be fixed.
it's not, and so it's gonna cost us money to fix what they did without
So
permission.
that's an easy point to make, is that it has to be both. You can use it for whatever.
I don't think we're asking too much.
Right.
I mean, you know, even he said their numbers are down now. But that's, when it comes to the scheduling, you know, they need to leave one court open on Saturdays.
Yeah, no, I'll work with them
Yeah.
with what makes sense, and then there'll be a certain amount of things to do, and then that will be a certain amount of paint we have to have.
Right. And so that was the last thing I had.
On to me?
On to you.
Yay! Okay, so, first thing on the list was to review, I gave you all a copy of the end of the fiscal year process. Just need a hand with it, so what needs to happen is they'll need the encumbrances.
Yep.
The last warrant is going to be no later than Wednesday, July 10th.
So what do they need?
So I'm gonna need everybody to just let me know when we get to the end of June, if you have purchased anything and we're waiting for an invoice, or if we're getting any work done in June, you have to let me know. So that way I can at least keep track of it, try to contact the company, maybe get an invoice ahead of time, or at least get the amount, et cetera, to get the encumbrance list to them. I don't think it says when the encumbrances need to be.
It's probably voted on, right?
Yeah, they didn't give the date that the encumbrances need to be in.
This means that bills received for items shipped and/or services rendered, meaning the work has got to be done, or the item that we're talking about has been shipped.
Yep.
Okay, so it's not something
But it
that
can be
we...
purchased though, too, right? It's not shipped. I know that's not what it says, but.
Sure, I would. I mean, we encumbered the cost of the whatchamacallit and didn't even have an invoice.
Right.
But it was a done deal.
Yep.
3 times it was a done deal in this year, and it's still not done. So the town accountant was not gonna let that one slide.
So the encumbrances need to be in by July 15th. So please keep in mind if any work being done at any of the parks or anything, towards the end of the month, I'm gonna ask everybody to let me know. I can keep track of our usual bills, like the water, the electric,
Yeah.
all that sort of stuff is really easy.
Well, as far as the budget, don't go crazy. I'm just saying, I mean, if it rolls into next year, I mean, we haven't last year was the first year we really encumbered any funds. We didn't encumber much the year before.
No.
We didn't even have a line item for it.
Yeah, hardly, but.
So last
yeah.
year we...
Last year we had actually a few.
No, I know we did. I know we had about
bill date-
$7,000.
Yeah, the bill date kind of bumped up against some things, that like Middleborough Genie was in there. And I had to encumber all of them. But the one thing that stands out in my mind is the Clear Pond clearing that poor sole proprietor gentleman had to wait for the funds
Right.
because it was missed.
It got
In
missed.
between everything being done.
And then the town accountant wouldn't pay it.
Yeah.
It had to wait for the special town meeting in October to get it paid.
This is kind of confusing because I'm seeing 3 different dates here.
I know.
They're all over the place.
It's basically like, we need the stuff so we can process it, so we can follow.
Right, so basically, it's shipped or services by June 30th. I have to get the invoices to them by July 10th.
And if we don't, then it just
And
rolls into next year.
if it doesn't, all the encumbrances have to be in by July
As long
15th.
as it doesn't mess with the budget, doesn't matter.
That's what I'm saying, so
What's
don't-
this,
go crazy on
July
this.
Big
6th?
stuff like 18.
July 6th.
Right, if there's a big
Yeah.
thing in there.
It's near the bottom there, the
Down near the bottom.
What's that?
If a bill is submitted after July 6th and a memo is not sent, I think that date is wrong because
Because appearances.
to be
Wednesday.
included in the final warrant, the invoices have to be in no later than the 10th. Maybe this is the 16th. I think that meant to be the 16th because the encumbrances are due by the 15th.
Okay, you we may wanna
I'm
check
gonna,
on that,
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna let them know that the memo says the 6th.
So the ones I'm worried about is the bunker rake, which is here, but
Right,
the bathroom
right.
and the well.
Now, the bathroom is shipped. I can encumber if we're not ready to pay. That's easy enough.
Okay.
Because we're gonna pay
Well,
it.
we should be by then.
Right,
Well, no,
we should be able to.
definitely
say
wanna-
worst case
listen,
scenario,
No,
there's
we
some
wanna either pay it or encumber it.
Right.
Because we're gonna lose that capital expenditure.
Right, exactly, but we have that, so that's easy enough to
That's-
do.
And it's here.
Right.
It's the stuff that doesn't
The
exist
bunker
yet.
rake as well, we have that amount, it's easy enough to go, nope, encumber, we're not
'Cause that would-
paying that yet, it's not here.
Right, because the bathroom is capital expenditures and
Right.
the bunker rake
Yeah.
is in equipment.
Yeah, so those two are fine, we have the amounts, those at least can be encumbered if anything else. My biggest concern is any services done to the parks that aren't maybe normal,
Well,
something
the well
broken
drilling
needing to be
is-
fixed. I don't wanna miss any one of those. Cause anybody doing that work, we wouldn't want them to wait for a special town
I should have
meeting.
sold it.
Right.
So the electrician that's gonna.
But that was partially his fault.
Right,
Coming
right.
in.
So even if you just
Yeah,
email
no,
me
that's
who it
fine.
was and what was done on what date, I
So I
can
know-
turn around and reach out to the company or whatever and try to get more information. And that's fine.
Just FYI, which would be Mike, Jesse and Joe, don't hesitate to call Plymouth County Mosquito Control because they're all different addresses. I don't know if they'll go to the park. I don't know what, they may do the parking lot, but the gate would have to be open. So that's kind of tough because they come at like 4 o'clock in the morning. But you can definitely have them come to John Pond. They may not go down any of the water, but whatever they do is.
They'll do on the road.
And Mike can have them come here.
Yep.
I can give you the number if you need
If
it.
you could, yeah.
I can forward it to you.
They do so many times a year, don't they? Don't they?
They come so many times a year for free, like
Yeah.
every month or something,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
you might as well have them do it now.
Yeah.
This is just an
I'm
estimate.
excited for the Triple E stuff.
I need a bill.
Question for you, just real quickly. Now, I was talking to the guys from softball over the weekend. They were saying they have money to
Estimate
an
if
account
the
with
services
us.
were done
What?
in June.
And I didn't understand what they were saying. They could- Mark Tisdale was saying, we have money in an account with you guys. Like,
Oh, see, they think that every dollar they give us is going back to John Pond. And I explained to them
Okay.
the other day, and they said, so if we give you money, right, it's gonna stay right here. I said, well, no, it goes into the funds and we turn around and put money in here. Believe me, we put more money into John Pond than what you pay us. Oh, okay, that was the end of that conversation, he didn't go further. But that's what I think they were just, that their money wasn't getting thrown into the general budget
yeah.
and they weren't getting anything for it. I said, believe me, you're getting more than what you pay for. They all the groups do because all the money from here gets spread out over all of them. But, Plymouth County Mosquito Control,
If that was the case, this place would look awesome.
yeah. Yeah, wouldn't it? Right.
I have called them once already, but
Oh, you have?
I got nothing. You have to, if you don't get them, you can't leave a message.
Right, you can't leave a
No.
message.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't have a fax machine.
Nobody has a fax machine.
Well, that's what they said, they want a fax. You
Yeah,
can't email.
I have a fax machine, it was just, we gotta get the actual address. I mean, I can do that, but I gotta do each one separately. Ah, there it is.
I think we can fax from town hall, I think
Okay.
like 2 departments have a fax machine. Not fire though, not in my office.
I don't have a fax.
See? Very obsolete.
I had a young
fax.
kid ask me about a month ago what a fax was. She said, what's fax? What is that? I'm like, whoa, I must be old as hell. She had no idea. What is that, she said.
Didn't know what a fax machine was?
What's a fax? Like, wow. Yeah, it was a youngin', a young person.
It's probably at least 15 years.
Do we want to just kind of move on?
Yes, please.
Yep.
All right, correspondence. The 3-on-3 basketball tournament that occurred last year.
Yep.
She would like to come back and do it
Okay.
again.
Downside there is they rented the tent too.
I know, they.
Well, they may still.
They want to do the
Yeah,
same
it's more
thing that they did last year. So of course I'm going to tell her we don't have the tent. Sorry.
Right.
Well, you're gonna tell her that she can rent it herself, though, right?
Yes,
right.
yes, that
Right.
she can get an outside one and, that's no
Right.
problem whatsoever. So, She wanted to know if she needs to come into a meeting to talk to you guys. She has a couple dates in mind, September 14th or September 21st. They're looking for Saturdays, but they'll take the Sunday if needed. So that I'm gonna have to talk to SEM with.
Yep.
To make sure nothing big is going on, considering they also want to have the food set up and everything like
You want
that.
to let her know that Saturdays in the fall are going to be much busier than Sundays with soccer.
And that's what we told her last time.
Yeah.
Because soccer, parking will be at a premium.
Yeah, they did Sunday last year, if I
Right.
remember correctly,
Right, they did.
because they wanted to avoid,
Don't you have football on Saturdays too, then, at one point?
That's right, Saturday mornings, that time they'll be coming down.
Saturday morning,
Not as
they'll
bad
be
as soccer.
practicing, yep.
It's not as bad as soccer, right?
No.
no, they didn't do Sundays though, yeah, it was Saturday, that's right,
What?
football.
Football, yeah, they didn't do any Sundays.
Saturday morning
Right,
practice.
so Sundays is really the best.
The best, and they had quite a crew, so they were able to park in there, and they parked over here, and
Yeah.
they came across and they set up, they had a tent set up, and they did raffles and stuff and food.
Right,
they had
exactly, it
food.
seemed like it was really good,
Yeah,
so.
they had a good turnout for the first year.
Yeah.
How about the cornhole? We heard from him?
Didn't he? He set up. He booked again.
Did he? Good.
I don't know what the date is.
We should do a Ted Williams cornhole tournament.
Should.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey,
We
what do you,
should buy
what do you
more,
think?
bunch of
Now,
boards.
this was thrown at me, was some of the outside events we have, people rent these party packages for outside. Cornhole boards, chutes and ladders or whatever it is, the frisbee games, a variety of things. Should we come up with a package of our own? We could build a thing and they can rent it out.
It's not an SEM thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're having a reunion or a graduation
I know
or,
we got a couple of reunions coming up, we got some graduations, they like being outdoors,
Sure.
um, I'm building two boards right now.
Bouncy house.
Yeah, we get away from a bouncy house. But we could pick up a few of these games, I can make the cornhole one,
can jam's the other one.
can jam the other one, the
Can jam,
frisbee,
yeah,
that's a big one.
Yeah.
But you have a package, and we just put a price on it and they can rent the package.
Yeah.
It's
Just
just
get the
another way,
land for it,
another way for us to make money,
Yeah.
because they don't want to be bringing them down.
Yeah.
Someone sets them
I
up,
think it's a good idea.
We should get a set of bocce balls too.
Oh, yeah.
bocce balls, we should have.
Yeah.
Now, where are the horseshoes, do you know?
I don't.
I have to ask Dan. No, we had horseshoes donated to us. Like 4 or 5 sets of horseshoes, because there are open pits on the end
Yeah.
for townspeople or anybody that wants it, but we had horseshoes donated to us.
Oh, really?
Definitely not in the office or anything.
No, I haven't never seen
I've
it.
never come
They're
across
probably out
those.
there in the rain.
They could be. I know Dan would know.
Just saying.
Have to ask Dan tomorrow.
Okay, so, do you guys want her to come to a meeting, or should we just start booking with SEM? What do you guys want
She
to
can get in
do?
and out in 5 minutes if she comes first.
Yeah, well, check the dates and then have her come in and,
Yeah, there's something every weekend in September, so we're just gonna,
I think it'd be good to learn
Try
what
to
she would.
figure it out.
She probably has feedback on like what was good, what wasn't, so that'd be good.
have her come in?
yeah.
Yeah. In the meantime, I'll have SEM also
Yeah.
be speaking to
Yeah,
her
I
about
mean-
the dates and stuff like that.
I would kind of wait to have her come in until we can kind of solidify a date for her, She's got a couple of dates in mind. Let's check them out and see what the availability is.
I'm sure they'll be able to figure something out, but,
I mean,
I'll get
even if
Nikki in
there is
touch
a
with her.
wedding, if it's not as an outdoor wedding, over there is not gonna affect over here too much.
That's what I was thinking,
Horseshoes,
too.
yes. Volleyball tournament, maybe. Basketball tournament,
Yeah, I didn't think so. So,
It was
I'll get her in
very low key.
contact with Nikki first, we'll try to hammer out a date, and then once a date is set,
and then we'll invite her in.
We'll invite her
And
in.
when you invite her in, say, and yeah, like you said, we'd like to know what worked well for you, what else can we do to help you?
Yep.
And then how did we charge them? So much ahead? Do you know how we charge them? I know, we didn't.
we gave it to her for free last
We
year.
gave it to her for free last year.
Because it was the first time, and it was
It was
the
the first
first
time.
time she ever ran one.
And she knows how the funds went and all that stuff, so we can figure it out.
Right, and even if we get $2 ahead, I mean,
We
it's a
can say, what do
tournament.
you think is fair? type of thing.
I mean, if we did $2
Right,
ahead, it's
so
a
she
tournament
definitely
fee.
needs to
She
come
could build it
in.
into her fee.
Right.
So if she's charging $12 ahead, she charges $14
The
ahead.
first year she was
Pretty
given a
consistent
break,
with
was the
any
first time she ever did it.
And that's just it. And we're being consistent because that's what we're charging the other groups.
Okay. Okay, so she'll come in, once we confirm a date, we'll have her come.
Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, next,
I mean, it's pretty much all we're doing is recouping some money that's gonna go out in the trash.
I had a gentleman reach out about playing pickleball on the tennis courts. Not part of the group, not part of Bob's group, but wanted to see if they could use the pickleball areas for a small group, and they knew that somebody already reserved time and stuff, and so they were looking to see what they could do to reserve some time, but their group is only like 8 people, 6
So
people,
what we
like
can-
6 to 8 people.
What we can tell them is that once we have a schedule set, there's open time, and they can do tennis or pickleball, whenever they want.
So
Or if
it's
they- Or
probably
if they
just,
wanna reserve time, we can charge them what we're charging the pickleball people.
so now for
Right,
like,
$10 a head.
For the
there's
season.
nothing, we can do in
15.
And it would
terms
go on the
of,
schedule.
Okay, 15.
We gave them a discount of 10.
Last year,
Yep.
we continued this out.
Well, that's up to this board. Because we felt it was more retirees, we gave them a break of,
Okay.
last year we gave them a break of, but it's not,
I thought we did 10 because it was the first year.
it's not just retirees playing.
No,
It's
I
about 50-50 now.
oh, their contract says
And-
15.
Their contract is 15? Okay, good.
I thought it was last year was 10 because it was the first year was free.
Okay.
They didn't
yeah.
do anything.
Right, they didn't do anything.
Then we said, well, there was a back and forth, and we said 10's fair, we all agreed.
Okay.
I think the
No, good.
agreement was to go back to 15.
I didn't remember that, that's fine. That's
Correct? Am I
fine by me.
misremembering that?
No, I think you're right. I think that's why this year, the contract, I set it up as 15.
Okay.
Right off the bat. So, okay, so, being that it's a small 6 to 8 people group, there's nothing we can do in terms of reservation of time. It still has to go with the insurance, you gotta pay per player.
If they're gonna
The
organize.
key term
Yeah.
is, a reserve.
Right,
If they want to show up, they can do whatever they
Then
want.
they gotta do that.
Right, so if you wanna reserve, it's insurance, it's the $15 per head. Otherwise,
you're guaranteed
you're
that
looking
time.
for the open times that it's free to the public.
If I'm them, you know when it's open, and you just show up and say, let's try to do Tuesdays at 10.
He did ask that same question.
That makes
It's like,
way
well, when are
more
they
sense.
scheduled? It's like, well, we're meeting tonight, so.
But we'll know, we'll have the schedule, this is why we have the schedule, so. It'll be posted, there'll definitely be conflicts, we'll figure it out.
You know, it wouldn't be a bad thing, and this is just to build, like a box, with a plexiglass, a thing,
We
and,
get that down John Pond using, yeah. Yeah.
here's the schedule, it's inside,
What we're gonna do,
Okay, great, awesome.
one gonna laminate it, and then somebody will rip it down, and then we'll do it again.
Yep, that's what'll happen.
Okay,
We have a lot-
that's
lot
it
box up
for
there.
me.
That's it?
Yay,
Anybody else?
no.
Any new business, any good for the commission? Nothing?
At this time.
Next meeting?
Oh, I do have one update.
No,
Random.
too late,
Well,
yes.
the cross is done, it went really well. Field 5 worked out as a practice facility. There was actually some little kid games there. It was good.
Yeah,
it
great.
was good.
Great, well, that's good.
Yeah.
Another question, that the guy with, the Be Fit guy over here, did we ever solidify that one there? We wanted to do a little soccer over here?
I
Yep.
Is that all
haven't
set?
received a contract.
Nope.
Oh, speaking of which,
He-
I
what
made
did
me
I
think
say?
of something.
He had agreed to, he came up with a number of $100 a quarter.
Yeah.
So,
Sweet.
yeah, we're using the space that's.
So was all set, is he doing that? Or is it-
I haven't
I
heard,
think so, I haven't heard back, I haven't gotten a contract or the insurance, I can reach out to
but he
him.
was the one that came to us
Yeah.
in the past years, we were chasing him, so
Yeah.
this is a step in the right direction.
He was asking us about rolling it too, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
He was gonna bring one,
But it's not, well, we told him we had to, but it's not a huge area that he's gonna be on, right?
No,
correct.
no.
Right, because Franklin said, firstly, he thought I was asking to roll the whole field. He said,
Oh, no, just
It's
that,
like, let's say
just
it's
that
top
area up in the
center.
corner, that left corner.
He said that they could do that.
Where the baseball field
Schedule
was.
for it. Yeah, that's
Right,
right.
where the baseball field
So that was like the size of a baseball diamond?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what he's looking at, he's not looking at a big area.
So
The rest is too wetted.
you
Yeah,
let
it
him
is.
know that the highway department is off.
It's probably getting better though.
You can totally,
they
you
can
can
help
totally.
As long as that's,
Have it all
they
drained.
Just
don't want to do the whole
hold the
thing,
second
because it would take them a whole
Yeah.
day.
Well, we talked about raising field 3 down at John Pond.
Would it be best
Well,
for
that would
him
be
tough.
to talk to you
Raise it
to
up
try to
and
schedule
Drain it, you'd
that,
have to
or?
drain, you'd have to have.
Yeah, let's see if he sends it as a contract.
That became a lot of
Okay,
money.
yeah,
We
once
wanted
that's
to
all
do that, he
settled.
said,
but he
okay.
called me again.
Cover the darkness, we should have just done it, the
Yeah.
trench and then up to the river.
Do you want me to just give him your cell phone number? Oh, he has your cell phone number.
Yeah, he's already called me.
He's
I'd
already-
like to get rid of the
All right.
stone dust, but lay down there.
24th?
It's terrible. Yeah.
24th?
24th,
Wait,
6:30,
Sure.
it's a Monday.
Yeah, we're all here.
6:24.
Were you at a ball game tonight, Jesse?
I did.
Did they win?
No, they lost on 11
the
innings.
24th, sorry.
To who?
Ashland.
Oh, Ashland.
Okay.
All right, the 24th
Hey,
at
can I just,
6:30?
can I ask if there's anybody, I know it's 6:30 is good, but I'm having a hard time getting here at 6:30.
I'll do whatever, as long as we keep it under 3 hours.
Take it 7? We'll do it 7, Mike?
I mean,
Do you ask
we
me to
should
set?
keep the, it's her fault. We gotta keep the agenda
it
down.
going.
What? It's not me.
Hey, he was talking way too long, and you were talking right back to him. I was trying to move forward. I was trying to agenda.
No, I don't care, you can do it 6:30.
No, I mean,
We need a little light, we need a little red light, when that light goes on, it's to stop talking.
Oh, look at the timer.
I was 10 minutes
We
late
could.
today.
Timer.
We could maybe.
I mean, in general, we always, in the summertime, we pushed the meetings back because people were coaching, people were running with the kids, they were doing things.
Right.
You're done coaching? So you don't care?
This year, yeah, no. But I care. I would love to get done as early as possible.
Does anybody have objection to moving it to 7?
Let's just try it and see how it goes.
So what is it, 6:30 or 7?
7.
It's just that Mondays, I'm generally in Boston, and to get out and
Yeah,
get
it
home
sucks.
and take care of my dogs.
Well, we'll try it. We'll just have to,
Let's try
we'll have to keep the agenda down. That means,
All right, some sort of little buzzer to time everybody speaking.
That works.
That's it.
Just a little light.
Just a little bit.
You know what would be actually would be amazing, and if this is too much work, whenever we have an agenda, the problem is that we don't know how long it takes to get through it. So just like with the people,
right,
if we did, old business, we should be done by X, Y, Z.
we can,
It'd be kind of
Try that.
Then we can see how far behind we
When
can.
Bob, the pickleball guy comes in and say, he says 15 minutes.
no, and that's what we tell them 10. We've got them scheduled for 15, we tell them 10.
I can do that. For scheduled people, I
And
can
that's
put from this to this.
That's
done.
why I had you put Jamie first.
Right.
Because I knew we could get Jamie in and out of here in 10
Really
minutes.
fast, yeah.
And he was gonna be longer.
If for the other things, yeah, if you wanted that.
It seems like-
Old business should take from here to here.
As much as I love being the bearer of like, hey, let's go. It would be good to like have a time and say, we're probably.
No, it's
15
good. I
minutes.
know what you're saying, like down
We
the
can
left-hand
definitely try
side.
that. Exactly.
Down the left-hand side.
Yeah,
you know,
just try to-
Just kind of
yeah.
estimated time.
Sure.
You know, hey, there's a lot going on at John Pond this week,
Yeah.
that's probably gonna be 20 minutes.
Exactly.
I can put that on the
What's going on in
detailed
the new
agenda.
fields, nothing,
Easy.
5
I know.
minutes.
Yep, perfect.
All right.
Yeah, we'll try it.
Okay, so
Good for that.
Monday, June 24th, 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
Okay.
Awesome.
Who's gonna motion?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?